All right, here we go, everybody. Michigan Call-In Show presented by FanDuel. John Diadamo here with you, Johnny Olden Jr. Johnny, great to be with you again. Great to have you back.
Yes, sir. It's been a minute. Like I was telling you backstage, it's been a minute since I've been on here, so it's good to be back. And let's get into this. Let's get into this transfer portal mania.
Let's rock and roll. And before we do, obviously want to encourage everybody to check us out. So whether you're on YouTube, X, whatever, you know that you can also check us out on radio, on podcasting, on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and iHeart. And as you join us, it would be great. It would be really great if you could take a second to hit the like button. It just takes a second, and it'll just help get this out there to lots of folks. Hit the subscribe. We are 7 subscribers away from our next milestone of, I believe it's 13. Yeah, 6 now. 6 away from 13,000 subs. So, who's going to be the 13,000? Let's find out.
That's an accomplishment on YouTube. Man.
Ooh. As you come in, also don't forget that the main way that we will read comments today, questions, whatever, it's going to be hitting the super chat, right? And every $100, we go another hour. And so we've already had our first super chat, which we'll get to in just a second. Thank you for that, Earl Westway. But before we do that, let's chat FanDuel. So as we know, Michigan Call-In Show brought to you by FanDuel, and it does look like this is still the case, that Indiana is favored by 8.5 against Miami to win the national championship. And I have Indiana covering that and probably winning by about 2 touchdowns against Miami. Yeah, I think Indiana it's that Cinderella story. They are just dominating teams in the trenches. They absolutely unleashed a can of whoop ass on Oregon. I mean, it was beautiful, a sight to behold.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? That was beautiful.
Yeah, 3-9 Indiana 2 years ago.
That's
crazy. Now absolutely destroying teams named Ohio State, Alabama, and Oregon. So 8.5. I'm taking Indiana to cover that, and definitely consider checking out FanDuel, who's sponsoring us. So thank you to FanDuel for that. Go ahead.
I'm taking Indiana, but I don't know about covering.
Okay.
But
well, you'll take
Indiana's easily the most well-coached, fundamentally sound team I've seen, and it's pretty amazing. So
nice. I think it depends on the spread, or depends on how much, but I do think Indiana is going to take it. So we're both taking Indiana straight up, and I'll take them to cover. also. But we have some. So we are going to take your calls. So I'm going to pop the call-in link. So check that out. So you guys can call the show. And we really appreciate that. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about Trey Pierce and Eno Etta. So we got some very exciting news literally just 2 hours ago that Trey Pierce is coming back for another year. Somebody who he's got 18 solo tackles on the season, including one against Texas in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. This was his best year, but getting him back is major. And then Eno Etta, while I don't think he's put it out on social yet, I can tell you that I have a very, very, very close source to the situation that I can pretty much confirm here that Eno Etta, as we said Tuesday, he will be he has signed his term sheet, and he will be a Michigan Wolverine in 2026. So what I want to ask you, Johnny, is what does that mean now for the D-line for Michigan in 2026? Because I know that was one of two areas that on Tuesday we said, hey, we still have some work to do in this department. How do you feel now that Pierce and Etta are going to be coming back?
It definitely makes me feel a little bit better because Pierce will probably start. Etta, if they get no one else, he'll probably end up starting too. So it makes me feel good, a little bit better, but I want to get another D tackle. Like I want a guy that's a difference maker, another difference maker at D tackle. I'm not comfortable with what we have, so I want to see us get somebody else also, honestly.
I get it. And just to take a quick another look at who we've pulled in the transfer portal. So John Henry Daly may still have some recovery to go. So what we're hearing there is that there's a hope that after spring ball that he'll be back. But we saw what happened with Rod Moore, right? Where there was optimism that he would be back. And that still, he hasn't been back yet in full force other than a game here, a game there. So John Henry Daly, you can't count on that necessarily right away in game one. I do think eventually he's going to be a difference maker, though. I do like, though, Jonah Leah, who did officially announce yesterday, I believe, that it is official. I know that there were some rumblings about potential admissions situations there. I do think he's going to help, but I also agree with you that one more would be nice to really help complete things, especially after we just got whooped in the trenches this year against the best teams that we played.
Exactly. So you want to find Pierce is pretty good. He's a good player. You want another good player. Like I don't have to think about it. You're a good player. Pierce and him are going to take most of the snaps and be the starters. Etta shows some flashes here or there. I don't know. He's a good depth piece, but I can't put my faith in him to. All right, we're back. We're straight at D tackle. I can't say that just yet.
Yeah, I do think there's potentially. I mean, I know that they're going to continue looking. I do think that there's still one major glaring hole, and that's the linebacker. So we do know that one other thing to share is that Salisi Moa, who was probably going to play more receiver, but I wonder if he may slide to defense again. But there's going to be an announcement tomorrow at the Polynesian Bowl, maybe where Salisi Moa rolls out his Michigan flip. So look out for that. But then in terms of linebackers, so we were looking at a guy named Uluave, but he went to BYU because, as you probably saw, Johnny, BYU takes 90 transfer credits. Michigan takes 60. So Uluave would have had to give up some credits, basically.
Yeah.
He would have to eat like 30 credits
Who wants to do that?
approximately. Nobody on planet Earth. So I get it. BYU took them, and so now we need another linebacker. There's reports that we're looking at a Big Ten linebacker who hasn't entered the portal yet. So some potential back channels to some linebackers on Big Ten teams. As one idea, I know, Johnny, you really liked the guy whose name is escaping me right this second, but you really were talking to me about the one linebacker that you really liked, the LSU former.
Yeah, the guy, he's Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a ton of tackles. And that's the type of player you need. You know,
TJ Daugherty, yeah.
Exactly. You need a guy like that in the middle, that can fly around, that's proven. We just need proven guys at some of these spots. Like linebacker, we've got unproven guys now. Boateng played a little bit, not enough for me to feel confident. Like, okay, you got to get guys that have played a bunch of football and have played it well. That's what we need at D tackle and at linebacker. Everything else, if I'm going to be honest, safety, corner, they've done a pretty good job. All that's missing is maybe a D tackle, another D tackle, and another proven guys at linebacker and D tackle. And we should be locked and loaded, honestly.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I think a linebacker, D tackle, and then you look at depth, right? Then I'm okay with looking at. I mean, look at the 3 quarterbacks that have come in. I'm totally down with depth. You need depth, but locking in the starters is key, especially after Cole Sullivan decided to move on. That was, in my opinion, there haven't been a ton of really, really rough transfer portal losses. Cole Sullivan is at the top of the list for me. In just like what he would have brought to the table in 2026. So replacing him is going to be key, and we'll see.
Yeah, because Cole played a ton this year, and he flashed. First year starting, in some games he was our best linebacker, and he was flashing, popping off the screen, interceptions, fumbles, making plays. So it hurt to see him go because he's just going to get better.
I know. He'll probably crush it next year. And look, we wish him well, reasonably well. and we'll see who we can pull here. I will say I'm very impressed with what Whittingham has been able to do in just a couple of weeks. Like, let's face it, the man came in right after Christmas, right? And he goes straight to Orlando. And he still has to watch the old staff coach the last few days and watch the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl until he could finally take over officially. And so really you've got he's had 2 weeks. He's had 2 weeks to
he's
really
done a hell of
pull
a job.
Everything together. Yeah.
He's really done a hell of a job in the portal, getting all these guys that you're showing now, getting the long snappers, and those are positions we take for granted until all of a sudden you're trying to punt and the ball is being rolled back to the punter or it's going over the punter's head. All those things we take for granted until they're not good. So that's attention to detail, though. Something Sharon didn't have, attention to detail on little things. So I hate to bring him up, but it's just a fact that I gotta, so it's nice to see somebody that's understanding the little things, all these different players that we don't think about. Like, man, we got a long snapper. Okay, we need a long snapper. You know, the real football guys, you understand it. So it's great to see what he's doing. We just need a linebacker and a DT, and I'm like, this is an amazing job with short notice. A+.
Yeah, and especially retaining Bryce, retaining Andrew Marsh, retaining Jordan Marshall, retaining Savion Hyder, Garnera, Sprague. That offense is going to be legit next year under Beck.
Yeah, I have no doubts that the offense will be better next year. You know, the additions plus what we got coming in with Hyder, Marshall, what's the guy from Oklahoma? Tatum.
Right, Taylor Tatum here, yeah.
Taylor Tatum. I was watching his freshman film. He might, if he's healthy, 100% healthy, he might surprise some people next year. Honestly,
I think it's possible. The running back room's good, and I understand people were upset about Justice Haynes. Look, Justice Haynes got $2.8 million to go to Georgia Tech. Best of luck to him. And I bet he's going to do great at Georgia Tech. But also, we didn't have 2.8 to 3 million when we have linebacker needs, D-line needs elsewhere, and you already have Jordan Marshall locked up. Hyder's coming. You got a guy like Taylor Tatum here. They're good. The running back room with Tony Alford coming back, I have no issue. Like offense, I'm pretty much good. I just want to see how we can shore up the defense a little bit more.
Exactly.
You did bring up a point. The last topic I wanted to touch on before we get to our first couple of calls is Anthony Simpson, who is the wide receiver at Michigan this past year, formerly at UMass, has been approved for another year of eligibility. However, there was a tweet, which I'm not going to put on the screen, but a lot of you have probably seen the tweet. He was not happy with the last year that he experienced with all the BS that went on. He loves the thought of being a Michigan man. Wish it worked out. Wish they allowed me to help the offense look more explosive. Portal entry soon, with 6-year waiver pending, which has now been approved. So, if y'all were wondering about Anthony Simpson, he's probably leaving due to how things went down under the previous regime.
I can't blame him because
I can't either.
When you see Channing Goodwin dropping all those passes, you see Samaj just doing bonehead things and still getting on the field. And when you're on the bench and you're seeing guys at your position group still get chances and not making anything of those chances, and you sitting there like, so I can't get a shot. You just keep putting them out there. I don't get a shot. I'm just over here. I guess I
keep trotting out Samaj the Flame Morgan instead of like, why was I brought to this university?
Yeah,
you're gonna put out somebody who's a drop machine,
and I can't get a chance. I can't. So I just can't get a chance. All right, I'm leaving as soon as I get a chance. I'm out of here.
Johnny, we got a couple of super chats. Thank you so much, everybody. We're already down to $83 to go to get a second hour of the show. Earls says, rumor has it Charles Woodson has one more year of eligibility. He probably has a COVID year. So come on down. Then his son can take over because he's coming.
When's his son coming? Next year?
I think it's 27. Let's see. Charles Woodson Jr. Yeah, 2027 is when he's coming. So Jay says, glad the portal madness ends tomorrow. What a few weeks. Yeah, there's still gonna be some stuff going on. It's not I mean, yes, the portal technically seals up, but they're still gonna be engaging with people and trying to pull people in. Like that's not. I don't think that's over tomorrow. But I do think that all of this that's been going on and all of this speculation of who's coming, who's staying, who's leaving dies down. So that's the nice part. Callie with the 10. Thank you. Any update on the linebacker DT edition? So we just covered the retention of Trey Pierce and Eno Etta in the D line. And linebacker, it looks like it's still a work in progress for the most part. I saw OSU lost a DL, and maybe we can grab a linebacker from Miami. We need to entice someone to jump in the portal. When will team begin strength training workouts? So yeah, I mean, I think Miami, like that's the point. Like because some of these teams are still you still have two teams that are playing, so they have a period of time where they can jump in the portal
to the 24th.
Yeah. So we could look at a Miami linebacker or an Indiana player, but they're playing right now. So I don't imagine Signetti is not going to be letting people if Indiana players try to jump in the portal before this game, Signetti's just going to be like, "Okay, have a nice life." I mean, knowing how he is,
you're dead to me.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Not sure about the exact start date of strength training workouts though. I do
Yeah, they should be doing that right now.
I do know that it's kind of an ongoing process. It's an ongoing thing that most players are. It's not a 365, but basically
it is
like
pretty much.
You wake up, you get your you get your text from Herbert, or in this case, the new guy who came in from Utah, Doug Elisaya, and you go, and it's a day to day. So there's it's a little bit more like, think of it like if you have maybe not a diet plan, but think of something that you are bought into 365 days a year, and it's like, maybe you wake up and the app gives you a push notification of like, right, like, hey, you got to do these things today, these reps, these drills. So it's like that, and Zach Marshall was kind of walking me through that, like kind of how Ben Herbert did it. And so I feel like it'll be similar vibe here with Doug Elisai. I think that the team's going to be a lot more physical, really quick.
Yeah, and attention to detail is the word with this new coach, and trying to be at that level that we want to be at. Of course, winning the Big Ten, making the playoff, winning a championship. That's what it's about. And with Sharon being gone, I hate to bring him up, but things like weight, like strength and conditioning. Yes, let's say you have your Ben Herbert, but it's also on the head coach to understand and to make sure that these guys are eating enough to get the benefits of doing all that working out. It's not just on the strength and conditioning. It's also on the head coach to make sure these guys are putting enough calories in their body. Like all these things, all these little things that you might take for granted, they matter. Because you need to be a certain weight. You need to get stronger. You have to get the calories. All these things. I can go on forever about our former coach. That's what I'm going to start saying. Our former coach.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as I'm aware, Abigail O'Connor is still listed as the nutritionist. I don't know if Whittingham's gonna make a change there or not.
Yeah, she's been here a long time, and I was hard. I told TJ, I said maybe it's her, but no, it falls on Sharon to make sure those guys are getting the calories to get bigger and stronger like they should.
For sure. And we also have Chris Sparrow, and then we're going to start getting to calls. So, Jack, you're up first, so get ready. Chris says, roster limits begin this season. 105 is the cap. Also, watch Hurley Jr.'s HS high school film. Wow, Bryce is our starter, but this kid is good. I just want people who are gonna. I mean, we know Bryce is probably gonna play because he has an NIL deal for multiple years where he's probably gonna play. But
Yeah,
could somebody just be good enough to push him a little bit? Like I don't
that's
think
what you need.
anybody's in here claiming that someone's going to be in a head-to-head quarterback competition all the time with somebody who's making 3-4 million dollars per year to play here. But at the same time, like somebody like that, just somebody to push him because look, all love to the Davis family, the Jaden Davis family, but Jaden Davis wasn't the guy to push Bryce to
No,
be to be the best starter quarterback he could be.
no. To get by with that type of release, you have to have a cannon, and he didn't. So the fact that he has that elongated release, his accuracy would have to be top notch, and it wasn't. So by the time he lets that thing go, it's almost every time. Is it going to get intercepted? To have that release, you got to have a cannon to get away with it.
It's true, and yeah, the footwork, some of that stuff, the wind up motion.
But John, he didn't have a quarterback coach either.
It's true. Synagoga. You remember that? And then you were like, he better get out of here. But Coy Detmer Jr. looks like he's the truth. And Beck, I have a lot more faith in those two. Look at what Dampier did at Utah this past year, and his growth, Devin Dampier over this past year has been really impressive to watch. So I think if they do that here, look out. Marmar with the 5, the way Jay Hill uses linebackers in his scheme compared to how Wink uses his linebackers are the same. Just watch how he did it at BYU. Yeah, there's going to be some similarities when Hill is running a 4-2-5 and a 4-3 in certain situations. Like Wink runs similar kind of concepts. I feel like the difference is going to be in the every down play calling.
Yeah.
It's going to be in, do you blitz here? Do you not blitz? Do you hang back 7 because they're going past? Do you load the box? I mean, all of these types of situational, like every down type, that's I think where you're going to see a slight difference. I don't think, and I could be wrong, I don't think Jay Hill would have forgotten or decided not to put a spy on the quarterback in the Citrus Bowl. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Against Oklahoma, Texas.
I don't think Arch would have ran for as many yards.
And the thing also, though, it's just the coaching just in general from this year. Like you would get flashes of looking well prepared. Like you had the game where Cole Sullivan and Jimmy Rolder were in coverage breaking on those throws. But it wasn't consistent. Most of the time, our linebackers looked lost in coverage. Like it's just so poorly coached. Like it bothers me.
Yeah. Marmar says, yeah, aren't the same. Okay, got it. Yeah, and I do think you're right. Like I think that Wink and Hill are very different D coordinators. All right. I think everybody's waited long enough. Let's go ahead and get to our first caller. You ready, Johnny?
Yes, sir.
We got Jack in the house. Jack, great to see you. Thanks for
What up with you guys?
What's going on?
I just wanted to say, appreciate all you guys do with the show. Best news, follow you guys both on Twitter. Best Michigan news out there, not even close.
Appreciate you. Appreciate it.
Not even close.
We didn't get him to say this either, folks. We swear.
John, I went back and forth with you on Twitter maybe a week or so ago when we hired Whittingham. So yeah, but I appreciate all the updates you guys got, everything.
Thank you.
But I gotta who are the 3 players that you are most excited to see in 2026 other than Bryce? Like, who do you think's going to break out? Who's going to have a great year?
Offense or defense or both?
Both. Whole team. Because I know the three that I'm most excited for.
What three are you excited for?
I cannot wait to see Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng at linebacker, man. I think he's going to be a dog. I think he is going to be a dog. I'm most excited for him.
NOB.
I'm curious to see how Jamie French gets worked into the offense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited to see that Bracey guy from Memphis as well. I know I went heavy on the portal guys, but I can't wait to see Bracey. I think he'll be solid on the defense. I was checking out some of his film. You know, he's got production. I know Memphis is a little smaller, but there's no way Jay Hill doesn't use him kind of as a Swiss Army knife in our defense.
That's pretty good. I'd say Marshall. I'm a Marshall dude. Yeah. I love the way Marshall runs, and I think he's just gonna get better. And so I'm ready to see him go to the forefront, not be behind Justice Haynes, but this is my show. So Jordan Marshall.
I'm gonna throw one out there. How about friend of the program, Andrew Marsh?
Yeah.
How about that?
1,000 yards, baby. 1,000 yards.
I hope he goes for 1,000 yards.
Dude,
and I think he's, you know, that he and his family helped bring in French with 2 Fs to the university because he wants someone else to take some of the, which makes sense. Like he's getting double covered a lot.
Yeah.
So having a French and then also JJ Buchanan.
Oh, dude.
Former tight end, now wide receiver, who may play even the X position. So if he's in the X, French is on the slot, and then Marsh on the Z, they're not going to be able to double cover everybody. It's not enough guys on the defense to do that.
I cannot wait. I mean, as long as Bryce takes the steps necessary, this offense is going to be so stout. So stout. We know the run game. We know that's going to be great. It always is. And with the alignment we got coming back, there's no reason this isn't a top 15, top 10 offense.
Yeah, it should be. Bryce has to take that jump. A lot of this is going to be the pressure ain't going away for Bryce. It's only going to get the more talent they surround you with, the pressure goes up. So this is you're not a freshman anymore. So it's going to be a lot of pressure on Bryce to take this offense to the next level.
Absolutely. Did you guys see that Ole Miss edge just entered the edge? He just entered the portal. Princely Umi, he had like 9 sacks or something for them.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, Princewell Uman Mielen is entering as of 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
we need him and the linebacker.
Yeah,
we need both of them.
Yeah, that Ole Miss linebacker is nasty.
Yeah, we need both of them. That would be big if we can get one of them. That would be big. But
yeah,
we really need both, honestly.
All right, Jack. Any final thoughts for us?
I just say I can't wait for August. I mean, it's tough to wait, but I cannot wait for August to see what Witt and the staff are going to do with these guys. I mean, there's no doubt we got the talent, especially after the portal. You know, there's still a few pieces that we need. A couple guys need to step up, but I got faith, and I'm so excited. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm happy that our schedule's kind of hard next year. I mean, it sounds crazy, but like I want to see what we got. You know, like
that's one way of looking at it.
You got to beat good teams, dude. And I don't know. I like the matchups. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, we're going to have to surprise probably a couple of those teams.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's going to be great seeing a disciplined team again that doesn't commit as many penalties. They're not running to the sideline for selfies as much and smiling when they throw picks. That's all going to go.
Just through an interception.
Yeah. Yeah, no more of that shit. That's gone. Coy Demmer Jr. is not going to take, and Witt isn't going to go for that.
I sure hope not.
Sure.
Yeah, that stuff. Put it in the past. We don't do that here. I don't know where they did that at.
All right, Jack. Well, thank you for the kind words and for calling in, and
absolutely,
and we'll see you soon.
Yep, appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
All right, thanks, you too, Jack.
All right. Next up here, Michigan Call-In Show, presented by FanDuel here, Voice College Football. We got Michigan Man.
What's up, guys?
Go Blue.
Go Blue, baby.
Go Blue.
John, I just want to say thank you for keeping me updated on all like the transfer portal news, because like it's hard to like with how it is online to catch all of it. But it's nice to like come here and you just have like one graphic breaking it all down. It's so much easier. So thank you for that.
Yeah, man. I can't say it's that the art's that great, but at least it's something. Just spent some time on Canva the other day.
Yeah, no, it's hard to keep track of it.
There's so many dudes now.
I know, and it's like you could wake up tomorrow morning and like this guy transferred, that guy transferred, and it's just like it feels like chaos some days.
Oh yeah, well already since I made this, there's been another quarterback and another. I think there's been like 2 or 3 more players even since I made this, so I'll have to go in and update it. But at least you kind of get the 5 on the top are the ones I'm most excited about. I'm not saying the others aren't going to do great things, but those 5. Those are some legit players. Smith Snowden, you've watched his film. He's a legit player. Check out his film. Buchanan and French on the offense. Holy crap. They're gonna immediately elevate. Like compared to Samaj Morgan and like Fred Moore and Tyler Morris. And then you're gonna bring in Buchanan and French with 2 Fs coming in there to join Andrew Marsh.
Yeah, and it's interesting to me, the most interesting part that I want to see is just a full off season with a quarterback coach and an actual structured system for him to develop in. You know what I mean? Because I knew Sharon, like I had like my suspicions, but until everything came out, I didn't realize to the level of how bad the coaching was. Then I was like, oh, now the Ohio State game makes sense.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you and Johnny both of this. Like, this is just my opinion, and if I'm wrong, tell me. But I think that we can own Ryan Day, and that's not me just trying to be an arrogant Michigan fan. But I've noticed after watching some tape over the last 4 or 5 years, anytime that he gets a team that's willing to punch back and to throw shots, he does not do too well.
No, that's a fact. And who knows how the game goes this year if our coach is actually focused on football. So that's the big thing. You got a coach that actually wants to coach football. That's all he really cares about. So this year was kind of honestly a mulligan.
Yeah, because it was a weird position for me to be in, because it's like my emotions, I would be all mad and raged if we had like it came down to the wire and we lost at a field goal or last touchdown, but we weren't even in it. You know what I mean? And it was just like watching the play calling and like the situational awareness of when to call what plays, like in what situation or what end of the field you're in. It was not there. Like it was so obvious what we were going to do. And the reason that the Ohio State game hurt Michigan fans so much is because of how beatable Ohio State was. Because I seen it in the Washington game. When Ohio State played Washington, I said, oh, they're not like invincible. Because you guys remember the years with freaking JT Barrett where you had to score. You know what I mean? Like those Ohio State teams where they were just invincible and unstoppable. Mm-hmm. Like
you had to.
And then with Ryan Day, those teams haven't felt like that to me.
Well, I would even say CJ Stroud in 21-22. Like we had to score.
Yeah, Justin Fields. And because on my pregame analysis, I said they haven't been in a 4-quarter game. Drag them into the 4th and let's see how they handle it. They haven't done it, and of course we lost bad, but I was still right. We saw it against Indiana, dragged them into the 4th, you lose. Miami, dragged them into the 4th, you lose again. So that's just what you have to do, and it works. It's almost undefeated against Ryan Day, almost.
Well, and like this isn't even me like trying to be cocky, but like Ohio State, they are such a mental team. meaning that like it's so like they have to be dominating. You know what I mean? It's like they've never had to learn how to like be down or be in those situations and fight back. You know what I mean? This is where like I noticed that with other playoff teams who have kind of had those close games or whatever, you could see in the playoffs where like that battle test, where they being battle tested kind of showed itself later in the season.
Yeah, and Ryan Day gets in his own way. Because people forget that they won last year. Well, they won the championship. They didn't beat us, but they won because Chip Kelly, somebody else that he trusted. They weren't winning they were winning, but they weren't winning championships. Ryan Day had big game problems because he can't get out of his own head when in these big games. So that's why you had a Chip Kelly. And this year, what's his name? Hartline came down here to USF, and then Ryan Day had the play call. It goes down the drain again.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like even in this year's game, like even in the first half, if we would have scored when we got down, like even close, like after the interception, if we could have gotten a touchdown or two in that first half to keep it closer, take the lead, they couldn't have handled it mentally. You know what I mean?
Our offense was once Jordan Marshall got hurt, it was kind of a wrap because Bryce didn't have anything that day, honestly. No. So if Jordan Marshall wasn't going to lead the way and go crazy, it was going to be hard for us to win because Kuzdal can't break a tackle.
No, Jordan Marshall when he was in, and Michigan's defense was playing pretty good in that first quarter. It kind of looked like we were headed for another crazy upset.
You could feel it. In
that first quarter, it was like, here we go again.
That was a great first quarter.
It was a great first quarter. And then Captain Only fans blew it, and that's just where we are. So,
and you know what? My bad.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
The most infuriating and thing that pissed me off more than anything in that Michigan game was watching Sharon come out of the tunnel and do all that running around the field and all that jumping up and down. And then to come out there and to have that type of play calling, that just to play like that in this game, and you're going to run out and jump up and down, I was hot.
Well, the original plan wasn't to go inside zone for 500 times. So there was a game plan that was practiced all week that was thrown out the window, and because Jordan Marshall had one good run. I am not kidding. I shit you guys not. Dead serious. Sharon Moore saw one good run from Jordan Marshall and was like, you know what? We're just gonna run it. We're just gonna keep running it.
That's sad.
Yeah, and that's
especially when you get the pick six. I mean, not the pick six. You get the interception in OSU territory, and you don't immediately boom take a shot. Like you're supposed to have a play dialed up for that moment,
right? Because I don't need to tell you guys how important momentum is in this game.
Exactly, and we let them off the hook because we had the chance to go up 10-0, and we let them right off the hook.
And even looking into it a little bit deeper, like not scoring in that first quarter after that interception, I was like, because I didn't want to let the edge go. I was like, we can't let the edge go. You know what I mean? And like once you give them a little, I was just like, damn, we ain't got the fight in us today, nor the play calling. And that's honestly what I'm most excited overall with Whittingham. It's just having somebody who knows how to run and lead a program. You know, and it's just having that foundational piece that runs the ship. You know what I mean? Like the older I get and the more of a fan I become over the years, the more I realize how important that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, you need somebody that's been there, done that. It's like going through life and then you talk to your pops who's been there, done that. He's gonna tell you, he's gonna calm you down, he's got advice. It's basically the same thing. Your pops who's got all the answers. Sharon, he's like a new dad. He don't know what the hell going on. That's basically what it was. So plus he's got other stuff going on that so now it's like I'm overwhelmed. What yeah. You know how hard it is to be the coach at Michigan? It's like calm down, son. because he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to handle it. Whittingham, he's looking at it like, I know what to do. I've been doing this for a long time. So sit back, relax, let me do my job, and let's get ready to win the Big Ten.
Well, Billy says Day's soft as fuck. Witt's gonna beat him like a drum. So talk about Whittingham being a very different type of coach. It's gonna be back to like I know that there's a lot of Utah fans that don't like that I've kind of compared him to Harbaugh, but I'm doing it in a very positive way because Harbaugh's teams were always, whatever their faults, they were always physical. They were always tough in the trenches. And that's where Whittingham's going to bring it back.
Physical, well coached.
Yep.
I got one more question for you and for both of you guys before I get out of here.
Yeah,
and
sure.
This is a little bit off topic. Okay, with the SEC, right? Because, I'm from Michigan, but I was in the military and I lived in the South for quite a while. And their fans are I know how they are, right?
Yeah.
So here's my question, right? My whole life, it just means more down here. It just means more. Okay, so when it comes to the bowl games, right? Do they matter or do they not? Right. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Do the games matter or do they not? Are you the better program with the better name and better everything, or do the games not matter?
It depends on what my talking point is. I gotta.
Yeah. What's the criteria? What's the criteria of like mattering? Because I don't like that Notre Dame did what they bailed on because it hurts the players because you get additional practices.
Yeah, definitely.
For the bowl game, additional reps, additional opportunities for growth for some of these players. You can even figure out, I think the ReliaQuest last year for us did help in terms of figuring out, okay, who are we going to put in what places in 2025? I think that's going to be a key piece, of the bowl games that aren't the 12-team playoff.
100%. Also, I don't think the SEC fans, particularly Alabama, I don't think they've adjusted to the new reality of college football. In their minds, I don't think they can accept the fact that, now that everybody can pay players, it's a different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you just got smacked by Indiana. The college football world is changing. If you don't believe it, everybody's going to have to believe it if Indiana wins this championship on, Wednesday? Or is it Monday?
And that's the funny thing is growing up, I didn't really care about who was the better conference. You know what I mean? I just really cared about Michigan. I didn't start to care about this conference thing until they started to talk all that shit.
Me too. I grew up in Michigan. I cared mostly about Michigan. I didn't really care about all this Big Ten, SEC. It was just
after
Michigan.
I lived in the South for a few years, I said, "Oh, it's on now."
Yeah, definitely. They make you get on the conference love train there.
Yeah, the one thing that drives me the most insane.
SEC, it just means more down here.
Well, the last 25 national championships have come out of the SEC. It's because you were paying players before everybody else.
Were you just doing Darrell MVP there? Were you just doing a Darrell accent? Because that's exactly how he sounds. Michigan man, final thought.
Fuck Ohio State. Go blue. Let's do it. I'm all the way, and we're gonna have a good, successful season, boys. Like I say, huge fan of the show. Johnny, when that rant that you had after the Ohio State game in your car, you said everything I was thinking on that whole car ride, man. So shout out to you guys.
I appreciate
it. He said everything that was on my mind. I was like, man, he read my mind out here. But no, like I say, I'm a huge fan of the show, huge fan of both you guys. Like I say, keep doing what you're doing. Like I say, love the channel.
Yes, sir.
Thanks so much, man. Thanks for watching.
Go blue. Yep, no problem. See you guys.
Bye, Michigan man. Love that.
Awesome.
Jay asks, and Jay's one of our new mods, and thank you for that and for being a member. What's your overall grade on the portal retention? Mine is a solid B+. 2 definitely got away. I have liked to kept. I think we did great on offense incoming. I'm with I B+ works for me. I think there's still obviously it can't be in the A range till we get a linebacker. I really think that's a huge hole still. But B+, I'm down with that. Like they've
Yeah,
retained a lot of good people.
And I heard somebody talking about Daughtery, TJ Daughtery against Georgia. He couldn't get off blocks. You got to understand, anybody can have a bad game against Georgia or whatever, but the dude had almost 100 total tackles. That's good. Like I can take that to the bank. This guy's kind of a tackling machine. That's what you need.
Yeah, we need,
so
after last year and some of the lack of tackling, somebody who's made 100 tackles sounds pretty good.
Exactly. Can't scoff at it when we need him. Like we don't have anybody better, so it's hard to scoff at him.
Folks, just a reminder, got $66 to go for second hour. Otherwise, we're going to take these last couple of calls, and then that'll be it for tonight. So if you want a second hour, now's your time. All right, let's bring up our next caller. We got a regular caller and also has been co-hosting a little bit. We got Juju here. Juju, how you doing? Go Blue.
Yes, sir. Go Blue. What's the word? How y'all feeling?
Better now.
Feeling good.
After the last couple of days and the portal.
Yeah, me too. I like where it's headed. I love the offensive additions. Obviously some work to do on defense, but I think the coaches are what excites me the most. I think a lot of people.
Who's your favorite coach?
Yeah, that's a good question. Damn. On the spot, I think it's got to be like maybe you talking incoming edition.
Yeah, or I mean, it could be anybody on the current. So you could say Esposito or
it's Tony Alford. It's Tony Alford, okay. But like I'll do like incoming edition. I think it's a Jim Harding. I just think that one is just to get the foundation back to where we want it. There's so much talent in the room, untapped talent, and really across the whole team. There's so much talent that is untapped. And I think that's what a lot of people, like, including myself, I had to like slow myself down on. Because, yeah, I do have questions about, the DT room in the linebacker room. But there is a lot of talent in that room. And but they're just young. The same with the edge room. They're just young. Same with the linebacker room. They're just young. Like, if there's anybody that's going to do it, I feel like this staff is going to bring it out of them. I really don't have many complaints or questions on the staff outside the wide receiver room or wide receiver coaching. And that's just because he's young. He's very, very young. He's 28 years old.
Yeah.
As in terms of development, there's not enough data. But for those of you who don't know, he is a speed training coach. Like he coaches, wide receivers to get faster. Really the wide receiver coach behind him, who's a good recruiter. His last name just gave me. He's more of a developer than he is, proven one. But yeah, just very excited. Again, still some holes to fill, which they are. I mean, they're looking to do so. They're doing their best.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Beck. I mean, I think I've just been studying some of what he's been doing. He keeps his offense both easy to plug and play for the transfers coming in that have to learn a new system really quick.
Agreed.
But he's able to have such a balanced approach, right? To make it to number 5 offense in the country at Utah. That's not easy to accomplish, and he was able to do it. And he's going to have better players now, more talent than he's ever had in his life.
Right.
So I'm excited for an offense overhaul. I like Chip Lindsey, but I think Sharon really.
Oh my God.
We actually know for a fact, based on some of the reporters and insiders that are part of it. I don't claim to be an insider, by the way, but I've heard from some of the like, okay, these are literally the games where Sharon did it, and it was like OU and OSU, and it's like these are not Chip Lindsey offense, these are Sharon offense, and so
Yeah.
I would just like to see an offensive coordinator who's allowed to cook, and Whittingham, I know, will let Beck do his job.
Yeah, I mean, it's a proven with Beck. No matter where he's gone, produced. Even though he's young and up and comer, like you want to see him produce everywhere he's been. He's produced at a high level. I guess the only question I have on the offensive side of the ball is probably an unpopular one, but it's running back depth. I do expect Hyder to come in and do what he's going to do. But outside of that, you lost Jasper Parker and you lost Kuzdal. I do think there's a chance that you're getting him back. And I think that is big if you get him back.
Get who back?
Kuzdal.
What about Tatum?
Yeah,
me
Tatum from OU.
Me personally, I don't see it with him. I think he's a baseball player. I think he's a better baseball player than he's a football player. But if there's anybody who can get it out of him, it's Tony Alford. It's wait and see. I think he's your RB4 at best. That's my opinion. I think if Kuzdal comes back, he just what I mean. I'll give him some praise in this. I think DeMarco Murray is one of the worst running back coaches I've ever seen at Oklahoma.
He's built similar to him too.
Yeah, everything he does with the running back, I'm just not a fan of over there. He's a good recruiter, but his development is pretty lackluster in my opinion. But if there's anybody that's going to get out of him, it's Tony. But I think it's a huge addition if Kuz comes back because that offers you off rip a solid RB2 while you can ease Haynes into it, or you can ease Hyder into it. Like at the small chance that, in my opinion, the small chance that you do need Hyder to like come along slowly, then you have it. Because if you don't, then he's got to come along quickly. Because in my opinion, there's nobody behind it.
So the Tatum dude, was he hurt last year? He got hurt. I saw he got hurt and then he was done for the year.
Yeah, he got hurt. He got hurt even before then. He had fumble problems. He had issues reading out of the backfield. It just wasn't like, even coming out of high school. I know this is hindsight. Coming out of high school, I love Jordan Marshall way more than him. I just always thought Tatum was a baseball player. Like he's a good baseball player.
Do you see a possibility where Jordan Marshall RB1, Taylor Tatum starts out the year as RB2 until Savion Hyder has gotten enough college experience to take that position? Do you see that as a potential scenario?
If you don't get Kuz back, I actually think, and if Micah Capone stays in that room, I think they will battle. I actually like Capano over Tatum. So I like his traits better and what he can do. I like the way he ran the ball at Texas. You only get to see a little bit of him, but I did like the way he ran it. But my hot take, I was going to say this, but my hot take for the year, like as the year goes on, is Savion's going to be a better back than Marshall. But I don't think that Tony Alford is going to pull the trigger because
you think he's a more complete. So you think? Because I got to put some respect on my guy Marshall's name. Marshall's a complete back right now.
No, he's a really good back. He's a really good back. He does all the little things well, especially. But
I was arguing with when I go back and forth with Chris Drew and Garrison about Bo Jackson. I told him Marshall's a complete back. You can leave him in every down. You can't do that with Bo. Looks, and they found out that they can't do that with Bo.
No, I agree. I just think that Savion is so talented and he's gonna be a complete back by the end of the year. That's just my hot take, meaning like this might not happen, but this is my hot take. That's my hot take for the year, bro. Because I think he's so talented, bro. I'm telling you, like I don't think he's gonna pull the trigger, but I think he's going. Let me say this: I think he's gonna average more yards per carry.
Do you think he's faster? Is he faster than Marshall right now?
Yeah, no. Wait, they both ran 4.5 coming out of high school, low 4.5.
That's why I said he doesn't look like a burner. That's why I didn't know. Do you think he's faster?
He's just a lot more shiftier, a lot more
elusive.
Yeah, he's way more elusive, and I think, bro, Jordan Marshall has it all. Like, and he's very physical, but so is Savion. Like, Savion is a complete package. Like, that's why that's my hot take though.
Okay.
Like, for the year is that he's gonna eventually. They're not gonna pull the trigger, but we're gonna see it on the screen. Like, shit, this dude he's too fucking good. Like to not start.
Yeah, I mean, TJ was comparing him to Adrian Peterson, which I thought was pretty wild, but
I compare it a little more to Saquon Barkley a little bit.
Okay.
I like that comparison, especially with the jump cut. But AP, I mean, he can't go wrong with that shit. I just think it might take a little bit. He early enrolled, which is great, but I really want the insurance in that room, just in case you need to ease him in. And I think
Tatum will surprise people.
Yeah,
I think so.
You think Tatum will outdo Micah?
Yeah, I think he's just more physically gifted than him. I do.
I mean,
no shade to Capana. I just think when it comes to building a football player, Tatum is more naturally gifted as a football player that Capana has to work. He's going to have to work harder to get to that.
I don't disagree. Like I've been on this trend the whole time. Is put Capana on special teams, bro. I don't know what you think with that, but he is a burner. Use it.
Yeah, he should be on special teams, kick return. At least Eddie McDoom. At least doing the Eddie McDoom. Can he do?
I swear, and I wasn't a fan of Marshall. I said Marshall. I wasn't a fan of Marsh on special teams, but you can't take him off now.
Yeah, they ruined that.
You can't take him off now. like he had 170 yards alone in total yards, special teams.
We didn't get him the ball on. We didn't get him the ball on offense. At least he got to do something on special teams.
Texas was doing a pretty good job on him. Like they,
I haven't watched it. I'm not gonna front. I haven't watched the game again.
They basically said we are not gonna let you beat us.
Yeah, I want it to be. But this is my thing. Of course, teams are gonna do that, but you have to find a way to get the ball to your guy. Whether it's inside, outside, whether it's reverses, jet sweeps, like you have to figure out a way to scheme your guy to get your guy the ball. Like you have to.
What are we expecting in that game? I mean, you have a fucking tight end coach at OC. You don't have a quarterback coach at all on the field at all.
It's true.
I mean,
it's true. And that's why I didn't watch it again, because I just wanted it to be over with. Like goodbye last year with our former coach and whatever else. Like let's move on now,
God, Hyder is so ridiculously fast.
I'm saying, but I just see.
I got the senior tape on right now, and his ability to just jump and just go.
Bro, I see so many shades.
Rockets.
Like the way he jump cuts and the sudden movements. It's so many shades of Saquon for me.
Saquon.
I mean, the way he just jump cuts, multiple cuts at once. This kid is the one early
comparison.
I mean, the one he made 2 jump cuts is just fucking insane, bro.
Ty Gurley.
Yeah, I can see that too. There's not really anything in his game that is like you have questions about. He has speed, he has power. He has the agility. He's shifty. I guess the only thing I really have a question, what about your pass pro? We'll figure that out when he gets to college.
Remember when Corum was like brand new, just coming in as a freshman, and he was so fast.
Yes.
Ridiculously fast. It kind of reminds me of that, like Corum pre-injury. Like just
that second year, what was that? That was 2021. He was torching teams. Then he got dinged up and the ankle injury, but he was torching teams, man. But he got hurt, and then Haskins had to pick up the slack, which he did. But that was probably my favorite Blake besides the championship year when he was just burning teams.
Yeah, that's the only I guess I think one more for it's tight end inline depth. JJ's not lining up inside, even if you quote unquote put him in the tight end specifically category, which he's not. I mean, even before he came over to Michigan at Utah, he was transitioning to wide receiver. Inline, you have Zach Marshall.
Hogan.
I mean, Hogan can line up inline, but he's not a good blocker.
Hogan, Zach Marshall.
Zach Marshall is your
Deacon. Is Tonelli still here?
Yeah, but even he's a receiving tight end.
And then for blocking, you've got Jalen Hoffman.
That's what I was going to say. I'm interested to see how they're going to use Jalen Hoffman because they're working out of spread. That's 11.
Was he a good blocker?
Yeah.
When he was doing relief for Max Bredesen,
that wham play that they ran all the time. He's sticking his nose in there, bro. He was pretty decent. And he can catch. We saw that.
They didn't use him that much though.
At all.
Well, yeah, Max Bredesen was
Credit your head coach. Credit the Diddy files, bro.
Yeah.
There's so many untapped players. That's why I'm so excited with this coaching staff again. There's so many untapped players. That's why I'm holding off. A lot of people are weary about the defense. I have some questions, like I said, but if there's one thing I'm hanging my hat on with Witt, it's defense. He will figure it out with his D coordinator because that is his calling card. So I'm hanging my hat on that. It's offense. If you didn't get the pieces, that's where I would worry. But defense, there's going to be players that we're not talking about who step up and that the coaches get the best out of. And I do feel like there's a few freshmen on defense who are going to pop. I just don't know who yet.
So, I forgot what I was going to say. So we got another. What's the edge? The D-line coach that coaches the edge.
Oh,
Lewis Powell.
He's good.
Yeah, attention to detail. That's the attention to detail.
That's what I love. What they did. They doubled up in many areas. Wide receiver coach, they doubled up on coaching. D-line, they doubled up on coaching. Secondary, they doubled up on coaching. Specific areas for specific positions is what I love because they're hearing one voice and in their own respective, and it spreads out the time and everything. So individual players, there's just more time for coaches to game plan when you have more of them on a better level and better scale. So I love what Witt is doing.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah,
that's the difference. He knows what he's doing. Sharon didn't know what he was doing. Or our former coach didn't know what he was doing.
He did. That's the one thing, y'all, that's going to be so nice about next year is they're going to know more. They're actually going to know about football. They're going to know who to put where, what to do, how to call timeouts. We're not going to have to be hey, coaching 101, call a timeout when in all these different situations that a timeout should have been called in, basic head coaching stuff that Sharon would learn if he coached at a Mac school first and then came back up, right?
Hire a dedicated quarterback coach.
Yeah,
he was getting roasted. I mean, I'm sure but Michigan has been roasted for letting that go.
I'm excited for. I mean, for people who don't. I think Corey is a good addition, the quarterback coach, and Beck, them two together. For those who don't know, as much as Dan Pierre ran, he averaged 25 passes a game last year, or this year, 25. That is a perfect spot. My perfect ratio this year would be a 54-46 type split, run to pass. I think that'd be great. I think that would be. It's about as balanced as we've ever been on a larger scale in a long time.
All right, Juju, you got a final thought for us before we get to our next caller?
No, that was pretty much it. Again, I'm excited. Let's keep it rolling. Finish out the portal. Again, I think the coaches have done an amazing job. I guess I do want to add one more thing, actually.
Yeah.
The last 3 champions, now it will be 3 champions, Miami and Indiana. I'll leave everyone with this. Your last 3 champions are a proof product of veteran play, great coaching, great foundation, sprinkled in with some young players who pop.
Yep.
This coaching staff has a great foundation, chemistry. It's going to have vet players, and your young players are there for you to pop. I'm not saying it'll happen this year, but this staff, they have a shot to get back at the top. This is not just a gap stop head coach because of the coaching hires that were made. I think
that would have been Biff Poggi.
Yes.
You want to talk about a gap staff? It would have been the Biff Poggi staff. Would have been a gap staff.
Biff was
wow. This is real.
Yes.
This is real.
Wow.
I think we can make a real. I think year 2, year 3 can make a real push to contend. That is, I truly believe that because I think he's a really good coach.
Yeah, I mean, Bryce's junior year, you want to go all in, especially regardless of what you have on the roster, the portal. We seen if you know what you're doing, go all in on that portal. If you know what you're doing, know what guys to get, and can fit those guys into your scheme, good things can happen for you real fast.
I agree.
All right, Juju, we'll go blue, and we'll see you next time, all right?
Yes, good. A pleasure as always. Go blue.
Likewise.
Go blue. All right, Juju.
Before we get to our next caller is going to be Mar. Just a few super chat acknowledgments real quick. How about Texas Wolverine right here? How about Texas Wolverine with the 100? Let's go. Let's go. Go blue. Great show, guys. Thank you, Texas Wolverine, for that. Rick says, Hyder's also early enrolling. That excites me. Likewise, he'll have more reps with the team. That should be great. Gary says, Hyder reminds me of Priest Holmes.
Priest Holmes. Throwing up the rock.
Yeah, I like... I'm just thinking, like really, really, really fast guys. I just think Blake Corum before like 2021, like early 2021, when Blake was just burning people.
Man, if he
a whole nother level.
It was so hard for teams to get the corner on him. He turned that corner. Say goodnight.
Absolutely. Daniel, how about the 50 burger? Let's get that third hour. Go blue. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel bringing us down single-handedly. And Russell with the 2. We are now just $7. That's it. $7, and you get a third hour and a third and last hour. Because your boy's got work tomorrow. So third and last hour, but we will do one more. And let's go ahead and bring on the man, the myth, the legend, Mar in the house. How you doing, Mar?
You muted.
What up, though?
What up?
Hey, Mar. What up?
I came with notes today.
Oh, snap. Let's go.
All right. To touch on what Juju said about the defense, I also share the same sentiment about guys we haven't seen do their thing because we have a competent coaching staff. Oh my goodness. What are we doing? Oh, my goodness. All right now, Johnny. Hold on, Johnny. And you touched on you're not sold yet. But this one I'm sold on. Kyle Whittingham is 177 and 88 in 21 seasons. Michigan in 21 seasons is 179 and 89 in 21 seasons with the exact same amount of conference championship as Whittingham and 10-win seasons.
Whoa. I didn't say I wasn't sold, though. I didn't say that.
Well, I need you to be sold because I'm a confident man. Hello. See, somebody came at me when I was high on Sharon. Yeah, I was high on him. Not because he was a DEI hire. I'll never believe in stuff like that. But it was the first black coach at Michigan. Who wouldn't be proud of that? Not because I'm black. I'm just saying that Michigan finally opened the door and let a black man come in. Thank you. We were rooting for that. And so I was high on that. But this season coming in, after the New Mexico game, I'm like, all right, man, he fixed something from last year from the first game to this year to the first game. Then the Oklahoma game happened. Man, after that, I was emotional on Doctor Show. I was crying, tears rolling down my eyes. I'm like, it shouldn't look like this. What is going on? And that's when I went out on him. And then I learned about that little escapade he was on.
Little distraction.
Like it is 2026. He could have waited to the Winter Olympics to go skating. I was playing, but hold on. So I was out on him. But think about this. Kyle Whittingham, like Johnny said, he's defensively, he's a defensive guy first. He's a defensive guy first. And then you bring in Beck and Coy and to get Bryce together. I think Bryce is going to look similar to Dampier look this season, because if you notice what Dampier did in the bowl game, he threw for 300 yards. He didn't do that all season. He went nuts in that bowl game against a Big Ten foe in Nebraska. Whoa. I think Kyle ready for the Big Ten. I think he's been ready for the Big Ten for many years. He just didn't have this opportunity to come here, or the right opportunity to come to the Big Ten. This job open, this was the right opportunity. I think he's going to come here and cook. And if you listen to his rounds he made through these, podcasts he's been on, you tell he about business.
Definitely.
He said, you know what he said? It's like the enthusiasm, the unknown, the mankind of what Harbaugh used to say. Kyle Whittingham saying is, we not going to become you, you're going to become us. And I think that's why a lot of people left, because they didn't want to become us. They wanted to be how Sharon had it. And that's okay. But he's about business. And then he went on that little Three Gay Guys show with Mark Ingram and Urban and the one guy.
Right.
And he said, he did get, yeah. It should be more like, never mind. So he was talking about the quarterback coach. It was a disservice to Bryce. He was just telling the fact. People calling it saying it's fact. That's fact.
That's pretty mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling that, because how I think Sharon viewed it is that he's just talented in high school football. He don't need a quarterback coach. He's just gonna come in here and do that. And I think that was the bonehead stuff that Sharon Moore was doing. And the high school coach, Belleville high school coach, came out and said, Johnny and John, that he came out that he wanted to come on to Michigan staff to help Bryce. And Sharon said no. And then Chip Lindsey said the same thing. Let me bring in it. And Sharon told him no. So what is Sharon really doing?
What was he using that money for? Something else?
Yeah, for rendezvous. Come on, bro.
Lunch dates?
Yeah. I took her on a date on Monday. We can make love on Tuesday. And on Thursday and Friday. Saturday.
I mean,
hey, he was David Craig out here.
Exclusive resorts, all inclusive?
Yeah. With the room service? No. Hey, Johnny, he was like David Craig on Monday. Took her for a drink on Tuesday. Hey, that's what he was out here doing. But
he don't need a quarterback coach now. He don't need one. Don't worry about it.
Nah. And the day that he got fired,
book that.
That's what they did in USC. You remember what Bryce said? I think you said it, Johnny, that Bryce came out and said they didn't practice for the USC game. They were not prepared.
It looked like they didn't practice, if I'm going to be real.
And he said they left a day early. We all know why now. Everything comes to full circle sometimes. Let me take a drink of this RC because it's funny as shit.
This is sad.
Yeah. Well, we reported last year that that while Harbaugh they practiced to play over and over and over till they got it perfect. Apparently, under Sharon Moore, they
He
tried
moved
to play
on.
out, and then if it didn't work out, they just kind of tried to correct it real quick, move on to the next play. They didn't
So
try
why?
to just keep it
That's
going
coaching
until they
101.
got it. I know.
That's coaching 101 for any sport, is to continue doing the play until you run it perfectly. Like,
So why he go in the meeting one day when he got mad at everybody and say, "You don't know how hard it is to be a head coach and the pressures to come with it if you ain't gonna move on from the plays." Come on, bro.
So
All right.
hard.
like,
All right.
I imagine like Sharon said that, and then he went in the office and like he played like he had like his Nirvana CD and was just sitting there listening to like Nevermind or some grunge or some depressing 90s music or something. Like, bro, like snap out of it. Like you're one of the youngest coaches and you're at Michigan. Like, come on, you got the world by the balls, bro. Snap out of it.
Okay.
Y'all.
Also, what are your levels on how they will get the maximum effort out of these players? What is your levels?
Like confidence levels that they'll get
Yeah,
the most
confident
effort.
level. Yep.
Out
Out of this
of
team.
10, out of 10.
Yeah, out of
what?
10. Yeah, out of 10.
Like 8.5.
That's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's a real coaching.
Johnny?
It's a real coaching staff now. Yeah.
You said the grade the
Johnny?
coaching staff?
No, I said also what are your confident level on how they will get the maximum effort out of these players, team.
Yeah, I'm about at a 10. I'll say 9 just so I'm not all the way full board. I'll give me a
Yeah.
little leeway.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say 9. Well, I'm pretty confident, bro. Because not only do you have guys that know what they're doing and have been doing it for a long time, most of them, but you're coming off of the embarrassment of our former coach. So you really want to show what you got. You don't want to be like that.
He
You
got
don't wanna
court in
be
2
that.
weeks. I think hey John, he got court in a couple of weeks. I think I should drive up there in the 10.
Yeah, go support him.
Gonna go support? Okay.
Nah, I'm a yell, you
Put some on
idiot.
his
That was
book,
playing.
too. Put some on
Hey,
his
I'm
book.
gonna yell you. I'm like, I love you, brother, but you an idiot. I love you, man. Like I love the man, but you did idiotic shit. Now you gotta go sit down, reflect, change yourself, get yourself together, and bounce back. And we are, no disrespect, John Diamo, but Johnny, you know why he showed up to the house. You know why. And you shouldn't did it, man. We understand, but damn, man, you didn't have to go out like you should have just got fired and went on about your day. But I understand, man. I
Because he could have
understand.
got hired by Jim Harbaugh. If he would have just got fired,
Yeah, he would have been out of
gave him a
California.
job instantly.
Yeah, you'll be out there OC. He just fired Greg Roman. They're going opening. All right, I got some more for y'all. What are your thoughts on the strength and the conditioning coach, Andy Samoan?
Yeah, I'm glad. New strength and conditioning plus Kyle Whittingham. I know he's going to hold these dudes accountable to make sure they're getting enough calories. I was talking about that earlier. That's big. You have to when you lift as much as a college football player and run that much, lifting and running, you burn so many calories. Plus, you're a young man, so your metabolism is high. So you have to get enough calories to get to the right weights at whatever position that is, especially those D linemen, those linebackers, those safeties. Like they have to get to those certain weights. So
yeah,
I'm glad. Yeah. I'm happy.
Ellis Saya is a very experienced strength and conditioning coach, 20 years, Utah. This is going to be night and day from Justin Tress. Now, I'm not saying Justin Tress was awful. Obviously, he learned.
Man, don't spare him no flames.
Okay.
Don't
learned
spare
under
him
Ben
no flames
Herbert.
because he was.
I'm sure it wasn't straight. I'm sure it wasn't straight Dookie. You know, I'm sure that there were some nuggets he took from Ben Herbert. Okay,
Hey,
but
listen.
compared
He
to
took
that,
doo-doo nuggets.
compared to that, LSI had 20 years of experience. Those Utah teams, say what you want about the talent, say what you want about, like, they come out every game and their trench play is solid. They can tackle. They can, like, they look very physical. They look like the only real physical team when in the Pac. Remember the Pac-12? And it was a lot of, like, soft going on there. And then you had...
think about that, John. Think about that. He dominated out of the year of the Pac-12 before when it went to the Pac, because they left the Mountain West. I don't remember what year they did, but when they got to the Pac-10 at the time, they were beating people. They came as a
16 team.
Didn't they come when they turned it to the Pac-12? They were one of the 12 teams, weren't they? Utah. I think they were, wasn't it? Because that's what made it the Pac-12.
Yeah, in 21 and 22, I think those were the 2 years he won the Pac championship.
Beating Caleb Williams twice in one season, and beating Dan Lanning. So, and then about the strength that. Okay, go ahead, Johnny. Sorry.
I said not Cocaine Dan.
And Kyle Whittingham is a, gym nut himself. So you remember when Jeremy Harbaugh used to get in there with the kids, and they loved that, and I think that transpired on the field. So I think that's what we're gonna see again. Imagine the season. Oh shit! Hey, that man. That boy got high blood pressure.
Bro, he should have been drug tested. He should have been kicked out of college football.
Bro.
He should have been kicked out of college football right there, all coked up.
The first step in NA, the first step is NA is admit that our lives was unmanageable. That you already know.
He owned something. He was on something. I don't like how that just got swept under the rug. Like he wasn't doped out of his mind right there. Like
he was.
He was on that 19. He was on that American Gangster Booger Sugar. You know what I'm saying? That real uncut shit.
Yeah.
Like,
allegedly, we don't want to catch a case here at Michigan, the voice of college football. Allegedly, might have been on some substance.
He was on something.
Hey, he took all them ibuprofens.
Yeah,
he was inflamed.
Yeah. Folks, y'all want to? How about let's get some breaking news going here. So breaking.
Okay,
news.
Dominic Nichols.
Here we go. Dominic Nichols and Shamari Earls are both coming back to the University of Michigan for 2026. So, Edge, we needed it bad. We needed it bad because John Henry Daly, we don't know when he will be fully 100%. I think he's going to play a role. But Dominic Nichols coming back is something that we definitely needed. And Shamari Earls, always good to have another cornerback around. You got Jair, you got Zeke Berry, but you need somebody to push them too.
You got him, Snowden.
Listen, I understand. We were talking this shit last year with Sharon. We thought he was gonna come out here and bust niggas' ass. But the faith I have in this coaching staff to get that done, we gonna be tough. Like you said, like y'all both said about French with the two F's. And you gotta call them two F's. And then taking the pressure off Marsh. And then you don't know you don't know what Powell's gonna come in and do. You don't know what was that defensive end that came in last year? They were really high on. I forget his name. He's defensive defensive tackle. I forget his name. He was a 3-star. No, that was a transfer. He was recruited to Michigan. No, He was in the recruiting class. I forget his name, man. He was a 3-star. He was a late addition. I forget his name. Chad, help me out, man. It's on the tip of my
Damon Payne.
No, them were transfer. I'm talking about he was committed to the class of Moten.
Keegan got
Moten. It. I think this coaching staff can get the best up out of Moten. Pelly Bell, whatever his name is, not the outfit. You know, I used to watch the Pelly Bell, but you know, Polly. I think he's gonna be a dog under the Whittingham regime because look what they were doing out there with the Samoans in Utah, BYU and Utah were doing that with the Samoans on the D line. I just think we do have pieces on Michigan's team that were not utilized. Because y'all just said there about Anthony Simpson. Like, Sharon was, I'm going to stop calling him that. SM was out here just showing favoritism, not putting the right people on the field. And you see what happened. He still went 9-3 with guessing game, but it wasn't the 9-3 we thought it should be. But like I said, like, you know, I just believe that they're going to get maximum effort. Because you remember in the Harbaugh 3-year run, we were starting to see, like, when Aiden Hudson and Ajabo left, we had doubts. And then they go out here and put on defensive shows. Even with Mike McDonald leaving. Then he come back and do it in 2023. And we seen guys that we didn't even know of. Graham came on. And that's just what I think Alex Fajero is going to be. He's going to be the next Graham. He coming in. He coming to eat. And I think this coaching staff going to maximize that with this squad because of the saying we got to get used to. We need to get some shirts made. We will not become them. They will become us. Kyle Whittingham. Quote that. Them need to be shirts. There goes a shirt game for you, bro. Right there, you. Yeah, there you go. Put that on the shirt. Right there. Shirt game.
That's the biggest thing though, was the coaching. You gotta have coaches that are bought in and making these dudes better. The position coaches are around the players almost more than anybody, probably are. So if they're not putting them in the position to be successful, teaching them how to do it the right way, fundamentally sound, and you're gonna have problems. The Harbaugh era, those last 3 years when we went on our run, we were just well coached. That's why you would have young dudes coming in and they're not missing a beat for the most part. You know, everybody looked well coached. That's on the position coaches. So we'll see. It looks good.
Before I go, let's talk about the one position coach. His name was Lamar Morgan.
Yes.
He was doing the same thing Sharon was doing. Like, hold on. And then,
really?
Yeah, I found that out. And then when he left out, because somebody said that, well, they wasn't telling the coaches about their future. Man, it was right in your face. You can't read. You can't read. You can't be a fool and see that this new coaching staff is coming in and they ain't going to retain that ass. That's just what it was.
I heard that he poisoned the well and basically told all the DBs to leave.
Yeah, he told all the kids, he told all the people he recruited to get up out of there. And you've seen some of them do it. Hillman left. I don't know if he recruited Hillman, but Hillman left. Sanders left. Elasa Dyson coming, but Jordan Young came back. I like that because they buying in with this like with the two guys that just committed to return tonight. They are buying into what this man is saying because they want to know what it felt like to be a winner, a Big Ten champion, a national champion. If they go 16 rounds, we in there next year. We don't even got to win 5 games, and we in there. I mean, we got to win about 9 games, and we in the playoffs in the 16. Because that's what they're thinking about.
Nueve. No, I think it is interesting seeing the 3 coaches that they did retain, right? So Tony Alford, Kyle Whittingham worked with his late brother. So,
Yep.
but also obviously showed performance in 25, clearly. They retained Kerry Coombs. Why? Because of the Urban Meyer, Ohio State, Kyle Whittingham situation. Also, he showed he showed growth in special teams in one game. The Citrus Bowl, the special teams was dramatically better. The most return yards we had all year was in that game. And then he did keep somebody not in the tree, right? So Esposito, I don't think there's any connection to Whittingham or anything, but he was retained too. So it's not like they only retained people in the coaching tree or whatever. Performance had a role. So clearly, Whittingham felt he could do better in that position group.
I like that he kept Esposito, and the reason why I believe that the three position, I understand that position group didn't show out well. I get that, but it was the recruiting to me that stood out to Kyle Whittingham. The recruiting, he's recruiting at a high level at this being position coach. The running backs perform well. You keep that. The special team did good in the bowl game. But the bright spots was the running back, and all the people that got retained, besides Combs because he wasn't on the staff yet, were doing their job for real. They wasn't out there at on Woodward Avenue.
Yeah, deja vu.
Yeah, trying to get a Coney dog at American or Lafayette Coney's, and some chili cheese fries.
So,
yeah, bro, you said what?
The safeties was boo-boo. Besides Rod Moore, the safeties weren't good, bro.
No, Rod
at
Moore,
all. The way he got burnt in that Ohio State game, I was watching. I had to listen. I left and went out where everybody be at getting food by the concession, and I ain't go back in until I went down by the state players. Because it was over with. I'm like, this game over with. After that touchdown, I said, man, let me just find something else to do in this stadium. Because you just see him get burnt. I'm getting some hot chocolate, and you watching on the screen that he got burnt. I said, dang, where's the help at? And there wasn't none of that getting talked because Lamar Morgan, mind wasn't on the game either.
Yeah. Safeties. Nobody took a jump. Tracking the ball in there. Bad.
When Rod Moore came in, it was noticeable when he came in, right?
Very noticeable.
Everything elevated immediately.
In the Nebraska game, yeah.
Yeah, and he was because they in 23 in the national championship year, Rod Moore was the quarterback of the defense. He basically called all the everything that was going through Jesse Minner, all the plays. He was laying it all out to everybody else, right? And so he has that veteran presence. He comes in there immediately. He had that interception. He had a lot, and then everyone else became better too. So
I think Rod Moore, he's the type of dude. It doesn't matter if he went to a FCF school or he went to wherever he went, he was going to be a good player because that's just in him. Like he's a coach on the field. He studies constantly. So, but everybody's not like that, A lot of those dudes need the coaches to instill that in them to do it the right way. Rod Moore is like a coach. He's going to make sure he's straight because he does his homework, does things the right way. But the other players, they need that coach to be hard on them to do it the right way and instilling how to do it the right way.
Because kids were always, I learned this in the group home, kids will always want discipline. They always want to do what's right. They want to perfect their gift or whatever they're doing. They want to perfect that. Just like when you go to work every day, you want to perfect your work so you you don't get critiqued about it, or you know what I'm saying, you always getting complimented on it. So people want discipline. It's just this last regime wasn't dishing it out. It was a house party for. It was. I'm not gonna hold you accountable because I'm doing something wrong. That's fair, but it was still wrong in the aspect of affecting these young men, mental state. Somebody said that they didn't have a thing on the kids, but yes, football is mental. And if you see your coach out here doing wild stuff and then coming to the building telling you the opposite of what y'all see him doing, who gonna listen to that? You're not gonna listen to that. And then it's gonna fall apart. And then you're gonna lose the locker room. And that's what happened. You lost the locker room.
Do as I say, not as I do is not a great motto for a locker room.
Yeah, especially the locker room. And you didn't run a game plan that Marsh wanted y'all to run. That's why his mom was mad.
Yeah. And she had every right to be mad. Like, they threw everything out because Jordan Marshall had one good run. Okay, let's just throw out every play that we had saved up all year for this, and let's just inside zone and duo for like negative 2 yards.
I was talking to Zion and Robinson and his dad. And I'm talking to Zion. I'm like, man, you, Marsh, and Bryce gonna be crazy next year. And like I said, the dad chimed in and said, nah, Texas. But he ended up going to Stanford. The dad was even had that look on his face, like, nah, my son ain't getting down with that. That's how he looked. I wish y'all was there, man. I wish I videoed it. Y'all should have seen the expression on his face. He was just had a dead look on his face, like that shit ass. Yeah, that performance was ass. Sorry, excuse my French, but it just was, man. It was like, man, come on, bro. But yeah, that's what I feel. I think the spring we're gonna see a little different spring game where it's gonna be. And I thought how they ended the spring game last year, that was gonna go to the momentum was gonna go into the fall camp. Man, nah, man. You ain't never see that played the whole season.
Don't take anything.
No, I'm saying the way it ended with the excitement. Like they never build on that momentum going into fall camp. That's what I mean by that. Like, oh, we just did that. Let's go work on some more of that in the fall camp. And we never seen that play. We never seen that play one time. If you would have ran that on Ohio State, that was a touchdown.
You take everything from the spring game with a grain of salt.
No, what I'm saying, I know what you're saying, Johnny, and I'm respecting it. But I'm saying that last play specifically, like you go build off of that in fall camp, right?
No, that's just the end of practice. You know how long the spring game is until our first game?
Yeah, you could have worked on that same play in practice. Damn, shit. In fall camp. That was a good play. That should have been in our arsenal. I'm saying it would have fooled somebody. Like, why would you use that play in
plays this year? And
that's what I'm saying, bro.
They used it.
Somebody was trick playing, but it wasn't on the field.
That reverse, that's true. But that reverse flea flicker, they used it against Purdue. Remember that? They used it against Purdue.
And it got intercepted, right?
I actually don't remember, but I do remember it happened, and they were, because Michigan was struggling at that point against Purdue.
Struggling, man.
Yeah.
Man, boy, what could have been? We could have been in the playoffs right now.
We really could have been in the playoffs with Whittingham. Maybe he beats USC or OU.
He already beat Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, so
twice.
I'm saying I'm not saying he goes undefeated, but I'm saying he goes 10-2, and we're in the playoffs. If it's Kyle Whittingham coaching
and
Michigan.
now we give, and you know he a problem in the bowl season. Whittingham gets up for them bowls.
Mm-hmm. Just what you want. You want that in a coach.
So, all right, man. I appreciate y'all having me. Let me cook up here. I'm just looking forward to something. The portal closed tomorrow. Y'all tune in at 8:00 at the Pod League. Well, I don't know. They doing what time that starts? 7, so about 10 o'clock. Tune in on the NFL Network. And see where that boy go.
Yeah, maybe we'll go live for a little bit afterwards. Maybe. We'll see.
If he makes his commitment.
If he makes his commitment, because would be a big win for Michigan.
Who you talking about?
Salisi Moa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's supposed to come, man.
Hey.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, he announced it on the NFL Network tomorrow in the Polynesian Bowl. And it's on the NFL Network because 7 their time is 10 our time. So they're like 3.5 hours from us in Hawaii. The last Hawaiian we had did some things for Michigan. His name is Roman Wilson.
Yep.
He was a dog.
Hey, Jim Harbaugh met him when he was like 13 years old at one of them camps, them satellite camps.
That tracks.
That's crazy. He recruited. He was already signed to Michigan before we even knew it.
Listen, Harbaugh did whatever it took. I mean, he remember the sleepover, and that worked. By the way, everybody talks about.
They try to call my man. They try to call him Fruity for that. Nah, they recruit the family. The family invited him in.
Yeah, and he flipped after. He flipped from
That's
Penn
how we got
to Michigan. So
I mean, that's a different level of commitment.
Hey man, listen. I wish we can get Olden, but his dad's a bitch.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. It's unfortunate. I think we had our
tomorrow. The portal closed at what time tomorrow? What time the portal closed tomorrow? About 7.
It just closes for dudes entering. They don't have to commit tomorrow.
Yeah.
So what about the teams in the 2 games? I mean, the 1 game on Monday.
The teams in the national championship have until the 24th to enter the portal.
Yep.
So the portal ain't never really closed. I mean, so it closes, but people can still be in the portal and still commit at places.
Yep. So the people in the portal are still in the portal. They don't get locked out at 11:59 on the 16th, but then you get additional people from potentially Miami or Indiana. And so Michigan will have the opportunity, and I'm sure they're already looking at some of the players at Miami and Indiana who may enter.
So once the portal closed, somebody from Michigan can hit the portal again.
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Once it closes,
that's why I'm asking.
Once it closes, you can't enter the portal.
Right.
But you can
it's over.
Yeah. So
so the people that's already in the portal that haven't committed nowhere can stay in the portal, and then they can commit somewhere.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. But the people that are locked in on these schools, once the portal closed, they can't go back.
Exactly.
Ooh, do.
You stuck.
And there's no spring portal this time.
Ooh.
So you're really committing. You're really committing for the year.
You better be committed, because what happens if they don't like it and they have to hit the transfer portal? They get in trouble.
Wait.
Sucks to suck. I don't know.
They don't get no money either.
They could just ride the
all right, before I leave, what y'all think? How do you think the Washington season gonna play out since Desmond had to Damon, whatever his name is, had to stay at Washington?
Ooh. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I feel like this gets forgotten in a couple weeks. These are college football, there's so much going on that when something happens like the Damon Williams situation,
Godzilla.
like couple weeks,
Godzilla.
it's on to the next thing. Exactly, it's on to the next thing, and so okay, he had a $4 million contract reportedly. Lane Kiffin calls him on the phone, and they calls his agent. They tried to get him, even though he had just signed to a new extension at Washington. And what I liked about that is that it showed that there are limits, because Washington was going to sue.
Mm-hmm.
And then Damon Williams, the agent, either got fired or walked, and he got new
he said he came out and said, I dropped that boy like a bad habit.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't about to get me sued.
I mean, this is your quarterback who just played a whole year for you.
Yeah.
Been on the team. So you gotta have him buy in, and he probably went to they probably had a team meeting. He probably apologized and stuff. He's got to buy back in. I mean, it's hard to not play for your quarterback, who's obviously the best option you have. So you want to buy in. Like, that's just what's gonna happen.
All right, before y'all go, what are y'all predictions for this weekend in the NFL playoffs?
I don't even know. I had to look too.
You think y'all think the Seattle Seahawks, because they had the first round bye, that will hurt them? They is at home, but what happened to the Lions last year?
I don't exactly trust Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
They say he crushed the ball anyway.
You know, I love me some Mike McDonald, but I think 49ers take it due to talent.
Mm-hmm.
You keep forgetting I'm in love with you, no. I was playing Mike McDonald.
Oh,
the right hand, yeah. From Motown.
Loving me.
Yeah, that's
things would be the same again.
Okay. Motown. Thanks.
Woo!
Yeah. We'll see. Kettle out for the San Francisco 49ers, so that can hurt their passing game a little bit. They found a way to beat the Eagles, but the Eagles, A.J. Brown was dropping balls, man, and he acted like he didn't give a fuck. So that's why they lost. And then, our main man, Colston Loveland, representing. He be representing Michigan.
Yep.
Let's go.
So
but I got
the
Rams is gonna be tough.
Yeah, the Rams in the cold too. They play it with but people gotta understand the boy Stafford used to play in that division, so he knows.
So our sponsor FanDuel has the Seattle Seahawks favored by 7, and it's at the Seahawks.
That's why I did that, John Diamo, because I knew you were sponsored by FanDuel. I'm trying to get you some extra coins.
Yeah. That's an interesting one. I'm still going 49ers though. I'm still taking them straight up.
I'm going Seattle because of that defense. That's and Charbonnet is a dog, bro. Man, how we let him get away?
We had a championship game.
No, I'm talking about when he left us to go to UCLA.
I know. He won the championship.
Oh, we did?
Yes, we did.
Oh, yeah. But he was a dog, though.
He was. I mean, but it worked out good for us.
Facts. And then Barner is a dog, another Michigan man.
I really liked him. He was. I knew he was going to be a pretty good pro.
He blocks well. I was rewatching some of the 2023 game, and he blocked it good.
Yeah, and you could split him out and be in line, and he would work. He'd work those little comeback routes and things like that. Like I knew he'd be a good pro.
Who you got in the Denver and Bills game?
I got the Bills. I think this should be Josh Allen's year. He's waited so long.
That's what I've been saying, bro. This is your time.
It is.
You ain't got to deal with the Chiefs.
Yep.
You ain't got to deal with the Chiefs.
Bills to cover and Bills to win straight up.
And what's the next one? Texas versus who?
Texas versus the Patriots, the Fighting Vrabels.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. I'm going
Because
Patriots.
Houston
though.
defense over there playing similar to them that Baltimore Ravens defense, and the way they did the Giants in the Super Bowl, that still haunts me today.
Is true. Yeah, I'm since it's at Patriots, they're favored. I like their defense. I like their quarter. I like May. I like what they're doing. I'm gonna go Patriots to win. Do they cover? This could be a push. I mean, this could be like a 27-24 type.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Could be.
They crazy. They remind me of the Ravens defense in 20. Not as crazy as they were. That defense in 2020. What was that? 02 when they blew the doors off. No, that was 2001 when they blew the doors off the Giants in the Super Bowl.
The Giants.
Man, that defense was crazy that whole playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think if Houston can win that, they on their way to a Super Bowl.
For sure. And then we got Rams Bears as the last one. So Rams favored by 3.5.
Blake, get you a ring, Blake.
Yeah.
You know the Rams do like to throw bears off the cliff. So if you ever watch a National Geographic on mountain rams, you'll see them ram bears and deers off the whatever they be, mountain lions off the yeah, man, it's crazy. So that's why I'm taking the Rams, because they do stuff like that.
That's fair. Yeah, Blake Corum versus Colston Loveland in the battle of the Wolverines there. I'm going
the battle
Rams.
of the national champions, fair and square.
Yes, sir.
No asterisk.
No asterisk. I'm going Rams also. I think they win by like a touchdown. The Bears were struggle. I mean, they had to come back and it was 17 points. I think.
In that post game, did y'all see that post game speech from Caleb Williams? That was horrible. In the locker room.
Hey, Johnny, when you wear fingernail polish on your fingers, it's gonna be like that.
Yeah, that was the worst big time comeback.
Sorry, bro, I had to.
Nobody was enthused. Like, yeah, all right, bro. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Little fingernail painting, and now people are gonna start fingernail painting because he won a playoff game. They're gonna start. This is gonna start to be a thing. I feel like if it works for him.
Pity the fool.
Yeah. All right, Mar. Listen, we appreciate you, and we appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all having me, man. Y'all have a good one. God bless. Go Blue. Stay away from fools, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. I can't be in a room with idiots. I love y'all, man. God bless. Go Blue.
Go Blue.
I'll see you whenever y'all do a show again.
Sounds good. All right. So I have some great news. We did unlock our third hour. So thank you to everybody for contributing. New Life says, hoping that IU can represent, and then Michigan next year. So New Life, I believe you've got the double dipping where you've got IU as you're rooting for, and also Michigan, which is great. I do hope Michigan can get in there next year and get into that playoff, which would be awesome. Drufus, y'all going live for the MOA commit. So if they make the announcement at the bowl tomorrow night, again, depending on when it is, I may or may not do a quick live. We'll see. Kind of like we did that one Friday night when Dillingham, when they were looking at, when John U. Bacon said that they were heavily looking at Kenny Dillingham, and we went live at like 11:30. And maybe we'll do something like that. We'll do like an hour. Goats, with U of M's new president, it seems admin is predicting a super conference in the future. Also, is Ward safe now? Looking forward to the spring game. So, yeah, the new and thank you for reminding me to cover that. Michigan has a new president. So Michigan has hired, and again, I'll just pull this up real quick. Kent Sfirod, who was the chancellor at Syracuse University, which is interesting. Like, there was rumor that it would be a president at an athletic power, and it's Syracuse. So I think that's a little bit funny. They do have athletics, and I think they do okay in basketball. So that's cool. But he is our new president, Kent Sfirod. So he's going to start a 5-year term, July 1st, 2026, as the 16th president. I think, you can't do worse than Schlissel. So Schlissel set the bar real low. Santa raised it a bit. Gresso kind of kept things stable, and then I do think we'll get. I think Sfirod's going to be a net positive. We'll see. Is Ward safe? So they've got Jenner and Block doing the athletic department investigation. They will not make a decision until that's completely finished. And it's for legal reasons. Because if the board moves to fire Ward before they have legal backing, he could sue for wrongful termination. As crazy as that sounds, with how many mistakes and how mid this guy has been over the years, they still want to have the legal cover to make a decision either way. He could be safe for another year. I don't know. I wouldn't love that, because I feel like any success he's had, it's kind of stumbled into. I will say this Whittingham thing was pretty good, but he was available. Like, Whittingham openly said, "I'm in the coaching transfer portal. Come hire me, Michigan." Yeah. He could have he all but put up a neon sign saying, "Come hire me, Michigan." That's like basically what he was doing. So, how much credit you get? I give Ward some credit for that one. The Dusty May hire, Coach Beeline helped a lot with that one. Aside from that, a lot of questionable decision making there. And if he looked the other way and knew about Sharon and the situation, no bueno. No bueno. So, Goats, appreciate you. And yeah, the spring game, and I know some people are going to that. I will probably have a conference and may need to skip it this time. But I know that a lot of the Avengers are planning to be there. Johnny, you might be going, TJ Definitely. And everybody. So should be a good time had by all. We only get to use these screenshots a few more times, and then it'll be the next year version. But there it is.
Definitely had a great time. See who we see. Somebody at the Chop House this time. See who we see.
Yeah, you never know who you're gonna run into, right? The best reason to go is like running into freaking Wink Martindale. Like that's why you go to the Chop House.
Yep.
TJ is 7 feet tall,
just towering over everybody.
Well, especially, I'm short. I'm the first to admit that. 5'6" here. So when TJ could play tight end.
Definitely.
Michigan. So, all right. So we are up to date with the super chats, but we've got a couple more callers. We still have another hour on the Michigan Call-In Show, brought to you by FanDuel. So let's rock and roll with Tim. Tim's been waiting very patiently. Tim,
What's
how you
up,
doing?
Y'all? Good.
What up, big Tim?
How you feeling about this portal?
Good. I feel like the Andrew spread. He went on that Texas that Texas with the recruitment and told them that I'm staying at Michigan, but guess what? I'm still in one of your wide receivers.
And we appreciate that because we need him. We definitely need him.
We scooped up the number 2.
Yeah. Hopefully he can come in and help this offense because we need him. Bryce needs him.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about some of these guys. Like Buchanan, he's the outside guy. You're gonna put him on the X, right? You're gonna put Jamie French and or Salisi, who is rumored to be announcing tomorrow night, on the slot. Maybe even Channing Goodwin gets a shot in there once in a while. See if he can have a resurgence at the slot position. And then of course Andrew Marsh at the Z. And then you've got people who are gonna cause defenses to try to figure out, okay, who are we gonna cover? In 11 personnel with J.J. Buchanan, Jamie French, and Andrew Marsh together, you can't double cover them all. You can't. And then maybe Hogan Hansen's out as a tight end.
Shannon, one of these dudes needs to pop off and be a surprise. Shannon Goodwin, or we all forgot about Jamar Browder. He's got an NFL body already. He just hasn't put it together. He got a couple chance. He got one chance, and then it was kind of he dropped that one pass, and then we didn't see him again. But he's got an NFL body. What is he? 6'4", 6'5", and he's got that wide frame. I'd love to see him take that next step. Hopefully, he has.
For Channing to get better, he needs to invest himself with some better gloves because I felt like whatever gloves he used, they're making the balls feel like it's slippery, and he's giving me Jameson Williams vibes, they feel like I felt like somebody is telling him that you need to put on the Butterfingers because of these gloves. They gonna be the best gloves. No. He keep dropping balls, and some of it because say it's on Bryce, but.
Yeah.
I heard that Ryan Day, he having a crisis, a O-line crisis going on. There's rumors that the O-line might be worse than the Michigan 24 O-line.
So, to answer your first point, I think the drops were a combination of things. First of all, Ron Bellamy, everybody knows how I feel about Ron Bellamy. Terrible wide receiver coach, just abysmal. Roman Wilson and Cornelius, I feel like they succeeded in spite of Ron Bellamy. Like Roman Wilson had his
the other guy
turnaround.
What about Ronnie Bell?
Ronnie Bell was coached by previous coaches and then came back. There wasn't a lot of If you notice, the players that performed the best had the least amount of experience with Ron Bellamy. Ronnie Bell was coached by others. And then you look at Andrew Marsh, who was the most successful, and he was the most successful, and yet he had the least amount of time with Ron Bellamy again, right? Because you had Samaj Morgan, had a ton of time with Ron Bellamy in high school and in college. Terrible, right? And then you had so like you had people that were Channing Goodwin had experience with Ron Bellamy. Andrew Marsh comes in, he's still basically pure talent coming in from high school, and he performed by far the best of anybody. So I think Ron Bellamy had a lot to do with it. I also think that that the lack of dedicated coaching for Bryce, Chip Lindsey called his plays from the booth, and then they had an analyst kind of work directly with Bryce, the Synagoga guy who was kind of assigned to be the quarterback coach.
I don't ever even remember seeing him.
Yeah, I think he was more utilized for like during the week prep, because I didn't see him like I didn't see him like go over plays with Bryce on a tablet or anything. Bryce was just kind of hanging out, and like I just don't know what the deal was. So I do think it was a combination, the drops. To answer your first piece, but as far as Ryan Day's concerned, you got to remember it's not just the O-line situation, but they just lost one of their best coaches. Brian Hartline is off to USF.
Yep, down the street from me.
Yeah, Quincy Porter says he came out and said that that's the reason why he entered the transfer portal.
Yeah. I mean, Brian Hartline was the best wide receiver coach in the nation, so it makes sense. They almost had Chris Henry Jr. thinking about not going there because of that. So that says a lot. When Ohio State is Ohio State, but you lose Brian Hartline and you got guys that are second
That's
guessing.
but that's why Mason Graham, not Mason Graham, that's why Graham left. He did not want to deal with Chris Henry Jr. Because they talking about he could be Marvin, but that's more up to speed.
Similar to Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, but more up to speed, like instead of waiting until the Rose Bowl to ball out, he probably could ball out the first home game.
Let's hope not.
Yeah. We would have a problem because we would have to double team two guys again.
Yeah,
and we tried that once and failed. But I remember, I remember at the Mason game when Bryce had almost thrown a pick. who him a coach they got into it on the sideline. Then Sharon Moore, I do know the gym where Harbaugh will get in there and break that up. Sharon Moore would just waving, smiling.
Yeah, Sharon was just not it, and I genuinely believe that, and now it might be too late because of what happened with the assistant and the
what happened to the Sharon Moore that coached in the Penn State game and the Ohio State game. What happened to that version of him?
This is
filled in for Jim Harbaugh.
I had this exact point, and I do think part of it is the fact that Jim Harbaugh still played a big role in preparation during the week, because back then the suspensions were just for game day. They weren't. Nowadays you're suspended not just for game day but the previous week. So you're not just gone that one day, you're gone for prep too. Yeah. So it wasn't like that in 2023. Like Sharon had essentially paint by numbers situation. Now, he still was O-line coach, so you can't take that away from him. He was still play caller, Can't take that away from him. But as far as the head coach responsibilities, a lot of those were still Harbaugh. And I genuinely believe that Sharon, if he goes, he needs a few years to rebuild. But I could see him coaching like a MAC program, a JUCO program, a group of 5, and and he'll learn. And I think that's where he needs to go before he coaches a Power 4 program. He just needs to coach somewhere a little bit lower tier and learn and get quote, as he said, get coaching reps at another program. But anywho, so we got some more callers, Tim. I definitely want to cover these.
I got two questions about they both about what's the Oregon coach? So what they going to do with Dylan?
Wait, repeat that.
So what is Oregon is going to do with Dylan since the QB1 had just announced that the NFL can wait another whole season?
Yeah, I think he's going to ride the bench a year. If I'm being honest, I don't think he's going to be able to overtake Dante Moore. Do I think that they'll run a real quarterback competition? I do. I think Dan Lanning's crazy enough to do it. I think he absolutely will push them both against each other. But I don't see Raiola beating out Dante Moore at this time. So most likely he sits a year. And I think that's probably.
Do y'all think that game plan they have for Indiana and the semi? Do y'all think that was a Rose Bowl versus Ohio State copycat game plan? Because of the first play, the first passing attempt for Dante Moore. He threw a touchdown pass, but it was to the cornerback
through the pick 6,
and it looked like a Rose Bowl game plan against Ryan Day. Then they looked like the same team that showed up to the Rose Bowl and cost themselves a national title appearance. To me, it seems like that Dan Lanning, he can win the regular season. He can win the big games as long as there's no trophy. When there's a trophy involved, he chokes. So he's allergic to winning trophy games outside of that one game against Penn State.
Dan Lanning is gonna. I do genuinely believe he's gonna have his year. I don't know when. It could be next year. I don't know, but there's something about him where it's like he's gonna find the right combination of players and catch lightning in a bottle. And like win it all 1 year. I don't know when it could be.
I just found out his starting 4. I just found out his starting 4 on the D line. They all opted out of the NFL draft. They're all gonna wait another year.
Wow. Okay, so that. Maybe he's gearing up for a 26 run here.
Hey Johnny, okay, the guy that you said that he was terrible. He just announced that he coming back. Keanu Jackson, he coming back.
Oh yeah, I told him he wasn't all that,
and that's probably why he coming back.
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay.
More game. Get some more game film.
Yeah, he's okay.
His buddy, he gone.
Caden
Curry, he about to leave.
He's an effort guy. Like he's not that good of an edge, but he's gonna give you 110%.
You match Claire gone, so and they losing Kayla Downs.
Yeah, they losing some pieces, some big time pieces.
Everybody that I say a Buckeye fan, they probably be glad that they don't have to deal with Davis and his flags because they used to flag him a lot. In practice, he came out and said that he switched to using oven mitts in practice. Stop him from holding too long.
Iggy Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was grabby if you went at him a lot. Because to get the call, you have to go at him a lot. But he was a physical corner. He was a pretty good corner. But as if you went at him a lot, you could get the flags, but they're not going to call it every time.
All right, Tim, you got a final thought for us?
Whose schedule is tough? It's tougher, ours or theirs coming up.
Like
theirs was supposed to be tough, but we all know that the half of their teams decided to fall off.
I mean, their schedule's not easy. They got to play at Atlanta, at Iowa.
Who you mean at Atlanta?
So Ohio State.
They gotta go to Austin, Texas.
They got to go at Texas. You're right. Those they don't have an easy time. They got Oregon. They got at USC.
Indiana.
Depending on how the game goes, Monday they may be facing a national title team in their own conference next year.
Yeah. In Indiana. In Bloomington.
Yeah. I think Ohio State might have a smidge tougher. It's close. Michigan's isn't easy either, but
they got Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon, our schedules are pretty similar.
Yeah, they're both
the good thing is the Oklahoma is coming to us.
Yeah,
that should be the maze out game. That should be the maze out game. But or they could say we're going to make that a Penn State home game from now on.
We don't play Penn State. Do we play?
We do play Penn State. We gotta go to Columbus
next year.
I think our schedule has more of a chance to be really hard if some of these teams,
Yeah, there's unknowns here because, like, what is Penn State gonna be? What
UCLA.
is UCLA gonna be?
Exactly.
Because what Indiana has shown is you can be elite overnight. So Penn State, Matt Campbell could go on a generational run. We don't know it's a bit harder to predict these days because of the coaching carousel and how coaches can just automatically change teams so quickly. But just what I see is that I think Ohio State's
there's pressure for Ryan Day to get over the Michigan hunt. Cause everybody he's saying that he did it, but did he do it in Columbus though? That win was nice for them to do it, but he never beat the Michigan in Columbus. He 0-2.
And yeah, they beat us, but if we play 10 times, we would have beat them 9 times. It's a fact.
If he goes 0-3 at home against the Maize and Blue, oh yeah, they might as well to say Urban Meyer. We just lost 3 in a row at home. We need you.
Yeah, I don't see that one happening because of the off the field stuff, and but I do think the fans will say that. but I don't think he's coming back. But Tim, thanks so much as always. Go ahead and plug we got the Timothy Redmond show on YouTube. Check
What
it
happened
out.
to TJ? He's sick.
TJ has another business that he's dealing with a project right now. So he cannot physically be here. So I'm in his place today, but we're rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, Tim, go blue.
Keep me posted on the spring game.
Okay.
Keep me posted, bit because I might show up again.
All right. Sounds good, Tim. All right, have a good one. Go blue.
You too.
All right, Tim.
All right. So now we want to thank very strongly these two folks. Quinn dropping the 100. Go blue. Really hoping to see some big time D-line or linebacker commits this week. I mean, we got some D-line retention, so that's good. Linebacker, I'm hearing that they're going through some back channels. Try to get a Big Ten linebacker potentially. This thing isn't done by a long shot. Like, the linebacker thing is still being heavily worked on, and they are ready to commit big money to a starting linebacker.
That's the right idea there.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to pay for these certain positions, big time players. You're gonna have to pay for them.
Quinn, talk to TJ because he has a graphic for your emoji. So TJ's got like a graphic idea, which is like Benjamin Franklin with like sunglasses and a Michigan gear. So chat with him because I think it's a cool idea, and we can get that emoji locked and loaded for you. And then we got out just off the top rope, D. Paul coming in with the 200. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Tired of Quinn getting all the glory up in here. So Quinn's got the hundos. D. Paul, are you going to start the 2 hundos? Because we would love that and we would appreciate it. And thank you so much. And so because of that, I've decided I'm going to go till 11:30. We're not going to do 3 more hours based on this, but we'll go till 11:30. Johnny, if you need to drop a little early, that's fine. But I think because of this, I got to at least rock it another half hour. So we got some more callers to rock with here. Jay Scott has been waiting very patiently. So Jay, hopefully you're ready to rock here. We're going to bring you up right now. Jay, go blue. Thanks for being here.
Go blue, man. And first of all, love the show. Love you guys. And big shout out to the super chats for sure.
Major shout out.
Big money dropping in here.
Mm-hmm.
Big money.
Big money. First off, I just want to say, Johnny, 100% agree with you about Jordan Marshall, man. I mean, since he got recruited, I see the potential in this kid, and then just watching his performance on the field. Plus, I mean, dude, just as a human being, he's a Michigan man. He is stand-up, awesome human being, loves the freaking university, and he runs hard like a Michigan running back should. So I just want to say I'm on your back with that for sure. My biggest thing I wanted to actually talk to you guys about before maybe a couple other things was how exciting or how important is it to you guys that we're finally kind of seeing the end of this, Michigan man, Michigan tree, Michigan coaching has to be Michigan man to be the coach. Because to me, I'm 37. Not sure how old you guys are, but dude, I've been wanting this thing to end forever. Like we finally have football coaches now. We're not just trying to appease, the delegates and everything. It's just like, hey, all right, now we're here. Let's hire some football coaches. Like, how important is that to you guys going forward, do you think?
I just want to win, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I never really, I don't know. I know John went to the school. I didn't go to Michigan. I grew up in Michigan, but I never bought into the whole Michigan man kind of thing because you don't know what people do behind closed doors. Like I can go meet you at a restaurant and shake hands and stuff, and I seem like an upstanding, great individual. Like, man. And then I'm a scumbag when I'm behind closed doors. So I never bought all the way into that. So of course, I just want a great football coach, a guy that wants to be at Michigan and knows how to coach really well. That's all I care about.
How about you, John? Are you kind of happy about this kind of going in a different direction with the program as far as not trying to have a Michigan tie involved in it? It's all just straight as football men.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 out of 3 Michigan men head coaches failed.
Right.
Jerome Moore, Brady Hoke, and Jim Harbaugh. The first 2 of those didn't work out, right? Jim Harbaugh also had his moments early and had his rough years. Right?
Yeah, 10 years worth, right?
And so here's what I'm happy about. I'm happy about having a Hall of Fame caliber head coach. I'm happy about having an OC that had a top 5 offense in the country this past year and developed Devin Dampier. I'm very happy with the defensive coordinator from BYU and just the staff that they were able to assemble. And then 2-week turnaround locks down most of the roster that had existed. Most of the key players are coming back. The only major stinging loss is Cole Sullivan, in my opinion.
And Jaden Sanders is pretty tough.
Jaden Sanders is tough, but I feel like Cole Sullivan is about as guaranteed lock starter.
Agreed.
Would have played 12 games, would have played a lot of snaps. Jaden probably would have still played, but I don't know if it would have been quite the same. I feel like Cole was the big loss, but my overall point to answer your question is I don't give a shit about the Michigan man thing. What I care about is, and I went to the school, I care less about that. I care about a tough physical program that isn't afraid to throw sometimes and winning 10 games and getting to the playoffs. That's what I care about.
Yep, me too.
And maybe every other year we beat Ohio. That's what I care about, right? Like, I don't expect to beat Ohio every single year. I know they're really good, but every other year is fine by me. And so then we'll be due next year to beat them again. And so that's what I want. Beat Ohio, get to the playoff, win 10 games, and bring back the physicality and discipline that we had under Harbaugh. And that's what that's way more important to me than a Brady Hoke, technically Michigan man. With Captain Claps a lot. Take your cleats off at the door and drop your cell phone in the box because did you hear about that on the blueprint? They were talking Devin Gardner and Jake Butt were talking about Brady Hoke and what he was. So the point is,
love those guys.
None of that shit matters. What matters is the discipline, the physicality, and I think Kyle Whittingham brings that in spades.
Yep, nope, 100%. That's kind of where my point was going to, because I mean, I just feel like we kind of lost our way the last few years, and kind of transitioning to that. It's weird that, like, for the first time in 5 years, I feel more optimistic about our offense than I do our defense, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely a flip for us. This offense looks promising. It looks right now. It looks like it's promising. Defense, I think defense, it's just putting the pieces in place.
Right, with the whole new scheme, whole new coaching staff. Right. It's going to look way different than we're used to. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah, it's just about putting the right pieces in place because we got so many new guys. So now the old staff, they flip flop so many guys in and out. You don't know who's okay. You got your starters in, you got the bench guys in the first quarter. What are you doing?
Yep.
What are there even starters for? You just
rotate everybody.
It was just
Wink rotates way too much.
It was just obvious they had no plan. Like, it just didn't make sense. Like, as a football guy, you were looking at some of the things from last year, like, what the heck are we doing? This doesn't make sense. So
Exactly.
I know the staff is going to have a depth chart, and we're going to figure out who can play, who can't, who needs to be in the rotation, who shouldn't be in the rotation, things like that. Not so scatterbrained with it. Like we're just put him in. Fourth guy on the bench, put him in the first quarter.
Yeah, I know people don't. Some people think Urban Meyer is a bad word, right, or whatever. But like, he said it best when he said it's going to sound like it's supposed to sound again. It's going to look how it's supposed to look again. Like, and Urban knows because he coached with Whittingham, right? Whittingham was Urban's D coordinator at Utah. And so they know each other very well. And he said it best, like, we're getting a real head coach again, is what I would say. We're getting a real head coach again that knows what to do. And that's the difference between what we had. Exactly.
And I text this to TJ in the group chat with all of us in there. I hate to feel like I know football better than my head coach. I don't like that feeling. And that's how
isn't it? It's weird.
Yeah, it felt like that last year.
It don't make you feel good inside, does it?
No, it feels horrible because I get paid to sell sparkling water. That's my job.
I'm a truck driver, so I get you.
So it's different if I'm getting paid $500,000 or $1 million or something to know football, but I don't. So the head coach at Michigan should know way more about football, and I should be looking like, man, I got to learn what he's doing. They're like, not the other way around. Like, what are you doing, bro? This is coaching 101.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think we have some holes still for defense, but at the same time, it's going to be a whole different, setup and look, and we'll see how it goes. But let's transition to offense really quick, man. Super excited about the offense because, I mean, just start off at quarterback, man. Like last year, man, Bryce makes a few bad plays and interceptions, whatever. You see him on the sideline, there's no one freaking by his side. This year, he's a dedicated guy. We got him some weapons, but I think the most important thing is who the hell was on the bench last year to really push them. Half of them were freaking injured.
Yeah, Jaden Davis, Mikey Keene was injured. Fucking
Warren.
Chase Herbstreit.
Right.
He shouldn't even be on the team.
Right. Well, that's my conspiracy theory there, but we won't go there. But anyway, I'm kidding. But no, I mean, honestly though, man, I mean, like,
Jake Garcia.
Jake Garcia. Everyone says you take the biggest step from your freshman year to your sophomore year, whether you start or you don't start, it's still the biggest jump. But last year, man, he had no one pushing him, no one really paying him any attention on the sideline. And this year, you got both. Yeah. I mean, that Hurley kid from LSU, I mean, he's not a bad quarterback.
Facts. That's a fact. There seemed like there was no accountability on the sideline
at all.
He's smiling, doing whatever. Nobody's over there to hold. Like, what are you doing? Hey, what you smiling about? Get over here and look at what you did wrong.
Smile. Like did you see a coach you go next to him with like a little pad or just talk? I mean, you didn't see that at all last year. It was like, what are we doing? This kid's 17, just turning 18, and you're just gonna kind of throw him to the freaking sharks, like.
Yeah, and that's bad because you need your quarterback. Regardless, the quarterback is a leader. Regardless if we want him to be or not, he's the quarterback, so he's gonna have some type of leadership role.
Right, and this year he's gonna get the coaching and I think the push, which is important for our offense because, man, we got some ballers coming in this year. I mean, it's awesome to see that we retained our whole offensive line. And, I mean, Jordan Marshall, he's the greatest. I think he's fucking awesome.
Me too.
But we got Savion coming in too. And then, I mean, dude, J.J. Buchanan, man, that's a weapon. French is freaking huge. Andrew Marsh, obviously, I mean, without anybody else, he's double teamed. So now you got a lot of potential, man. A lot of potential. with the offense for the first time, and plus a whole new scheme too. So it's like, man, this could really be something with actual adults in the room and coaching these kids. So
yeah, this is the time. This is the time right now. Put your nose down, grind. Hit if you need to gain weight, you're trying to get faster, hit the practice field, get better. The off season is for getting better. Not playing Madden, not going to practice and then going sitting around. No, take that time, go to the practice field, get better. Get better.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I would just be curious to just be in that locker room because, like, these guys coming back, it's like, man, they're probably going to be pushed harder than they even think this year. Because like last couple of years, it seems like it's kind of been a little bit frou-frou. But this year, they're in for a whole different world, I feel like, and that's great. You know what I mean? Like, they need it. We need it.
Yeah, I feel like the last couple of years almost been a joke, especially this year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was a joke, kind of.
Yeah, because we could have been a lot. I mean, judging by what we know now, it could have been a whole different season, honestly.
Yeah, I try not to think about it because it makes me mad. Because
me too.
We could have been in the playoff, honestly.
Easily, it seems like. Yeah, I mean, next year's a tough schedule, man. You got Campbell at Penn State now, so who knows what they're going to look like, and we got Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State. I mean, we're going to be tested next year for sure. So it's great that we got the retention back for sure. I mean, that's what not little. I think we did very well retention-wise goes. Jaden Sanders and Cole were like the two biggest let goes. I mean, how do you let Cole slip away? You know what I mean, guys? Like, what do you think about that? How does that happen? I get the credible defense, Oklahoma, but man,
I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but they definitely needed to keep him. Unless you got somebody that's gonna come in and feel that already has a lot of production, it's a big time loss, honestly.
What do you think, John?
Sorry, I
like out of like the one.
Things. What was the question?
Cole Sullivan. Cole Sullivan.
Like the one player to keep on defense, he probably should have been the one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say Cole Sullivan. I've said this a couple times this show that I think Cole Sullivan is the biggest sting out of everybody who's left for the portal or who has entered the portal. Cole Sullivan leaving was tough, and then I know people have mentioned some other names, but like I think Cole Sullivan would have played like every game and a lot of snaps. So yeah, I think we needed to try to keep him, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm sure we did try to keep him, but you also have to keep to a certain budget, and we don't. I mean, we have a lot of funds, but they're not unlimited funds, and we need to make sure we're we're doing what we can at every position. So
here's one last question for you, because I agree with all that, but on the same topic with Cole going to Oklahoma, how big of an impact do you think that like a player going to a team that you're going to play against the next year, like he's got some insider information about certain players that might work to their advantage? Like, do you think that comes into play when it comes to like, snagging players from different teams? Like, oh, well, next year we're going to play you guys. So, hey, now that we got you, what do you know about this guy? What do you know about this guy? It's like how can we plan against you? Do you think that comes into play a little bit too?
Maybe.
I know we have a whole new coaching staff and defense and of coaching staff too, but I mean, still, it's like, individual players, like you kind of maybe know their weaknesses a little bit. Do you think they kind of?
Yeah, I think there's some aspect of like compartmentalization that happens to avoid one player knowing everything about a team. But I do think, because do you remember when Cade McNamara was like, I can't wait to help Iowa beat that other team,
and Eric All.
Yeah, and I've got all this knowledge in Michigan and everything else, and how'd that go? How'd that turn out with the complete shutout that Michigan pitched against Iowa that game. So I don't know how much one individual player is going to help with intel. I think it's about filling holes and seeing who is going to fit your culture, who is going to fit, who's going to be the right fit. And that's for Michigan and elsewhere.
I think we're going to be freaking pretty tough this year, man. I'm excited for it. Two last quick things. I know you guys have probably other callers really quick. Do you think Oregon maybe got a little exposed in this past game?
Who's
Indiana?
Did Oregon get exposed in the game against Indiana?
Like Dan Lanning, like you think Oregon kind of looked a little bit weak, or is Indiana that good, or did Oregon just not play well? I know the turnovers didn't help them at all, but they didn't look like the first two games. It looked freaking tough, and all season long they did. But man, Indiana looked pretty freaking good against them.
Yeah, I mean, Oregon against Texas Tech, they had some of those snap issues against Texas Tech, but they got away with them. They were lucky enough to get the ball back or jump on it. And then against Indiana, they had some of those, but Indiana is just well coached. They're easily the most well-coached team in college football. Like fundamentally sound, understanding their scheme, like they're the most well-coached team. So
because I seen in that game, it was like, what was it, 45 or 55, like 4 to 5 stars on Oregon's team, and it was 8 on Indiana. Yeah. Isn't that insane to think about?
Yeah, you don't do anybody like that unless you're that much well coached. They're just well coached. They're older guys, but they're just fundamentally sound and well coached in that scheme. Like that's the thing. They don't make many mistakes.
Some of those players had been in since Signetti was at James Madison, and they came with him from James Madison to Indiana.
Just think about
some of those players had been in the system.
Whoops the hell out of a number 5 Oregon. Oh, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it does go to show, man, that's what coaching does. And I think with this new coaching staff at Michigan, I mean, dude, I am pumped about next year.
Yeah, definitely. Especially after how we know what went on, and we know he wasn't focused on football and getting these young men better. The sky's the limit coming from that. Like, we got a dude that's bought in, has been a good coach for a long time, and is a football guy. Like, man, I can't wait.
I mean, yeah, dude. Utah has been, a program of, mainly 3, few 4 stars, and maybe a 5-star here and there. And look what they've done. You know what I mean? But then you bring that coaching staff to, Michigan level with all those top level recruits. What the hell can you do with that? That's sky's the limit. Like Dusty May, FAU, you know what I mean? Same thing. It's like, whoa, what can you do? My last thing, I mean, before I get out of here, is just is the Big Ten going to finally prove the point that we're better than the SEC and prove that they've been paying players for years and be 3 in a row, back-to-back champs.
So I talked to Darrell. So those of you who know Darrell MVP on the main channel, who's the SEC fanatic, right? Who always will claim that the SEC is a better conference. He is now pivoted to Big Ten has the best at the top, but SEC is still the better overall conference. That's his argument.
That's weird because who's been in the championship the last 3 years? Any SEC teams?
Nope. So
where does that go to show, boys?
and honestly, SEC has plenty of crap at the bottom of their conference too. So I don't really like if we're talking about that. Like, okay, well, how'd Kentucky do? How's Florida been recently? How's like Arkansas been? How's how some of these teams have gone down the toilet, and so it's the same big, we have our versions of that, right? The Purdues of the world, the Northwesterns of the world, right? MSU, But anyway.
It does kind of go to show, though, that once you can legally spend the money on players, what happens? Oops.
Yeah, and you can't stockpile that talent anymore.
True. Yep, it's all about the money these days, which is fair. I miss the old school tradition. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm committed to the school because of what they represent, and the loyalty aspect of it. But at the same time, times change, man. It's how it goes. So I want to say, go Indiana 3 times in a row. Let's make it happen, and go Blue. Love you guys, and have a good night.
Go Blue. Have a good one.
Go Blue, Jay.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we do have some news. Officially, Michigan at the voice of college football has broken 13,000 subscribers. And so I want to take a second before we get to Colby to just thank everybody who has told a friend or told people about these shows, gotten the word out, just whatever, just hitting like buttons, hitting subscribe buttons. Y'all did this. Like, we're doing obviously Johnny and I and TJ, we all do our best to like bring you good content, but you guys make the shows. Like, you guys are the ones who are saying, hey, we want more of this. And so thank you. 13,000 is not a small amount. Like, that is tough for channels to get to. And like, we have been the number 1 team channel on Voice of College Football, but we're starting to get to the point where that's a high, like, we're talking about major channels that we're coming up on now. Like, that's all because of you. And because all we're doing is just trying to bring the best that we can do. So thank you to that. I am going to ask everybody, if you haven't subscribed to Johnny Olden Jr., I believe it's Goats who reminded everybody. Yeah. So Johnny Olden has a channel as well. So if you haven't checked that out yet, Johnny, I know you've got a lot on your channel, and you've got the barber shop and everybody coming together on Sundays to talk about football.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Yeah. I haven't done many car lives, but I do the car lives kind of randomly, but Sunday do the Sunday show, the big college football show. That's like a pregame kind of show on Saturdays that we've been doing. Me, M3, Boxing Maniac, Josh and Marcus from A House Divided. But yeah, a bunch of Michigan content. I did have way more troll in Ohio State like stuff, but I had to delete some of that because somebody kept reporting my stuff. So, but yeah, just talking Michigan, and I say a lot of stuff that people think but don't say. I just say it. I don't care.
I know. You got those car lives. I mean, people are talking about those who call in. People will just call in and they'll say, "We love your car lives." I mean, that shows you've got something there.
Yeah. I didn't know people would like them like that, but people really enjoy those, so I'm keep them going. Yeah.
It's good times. So sub to Johnny's channel, and then obviously we've got some reminders. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, New Life, Goats, everybody here that's just helping out. These are mods that we're highlighting right now. These mods, they don't have to do what they're doing. They could be out. They could be doing whatever right now. They're here helping make sure the chat doesn't become a cesspool, and posting, supporting and posting links. People like Jay. Let's see. We got any? I know we had Moose here. We had Michigander here. But all of you, just thank you for that. Yeah, Moose is here. There he is. Oh, he's got the landing avatar now. Oh my god.
I want him drug tested. I don't see how. I can't get over how that got passed over. Like, nobody thought like this guy is doped out in the interview, and he's a college football coach.
I kind of love it. I mean, first of all, we don't know for a fact he's snorting coke, right? That's number one.
He's
This
on
could be
something,
natural.
John. He's on something.
Maybe it's legal. Maybe it's Adderall or something that's legal. But anyway, the point is I kind of love his intensity, and when I contrasted somebody like that with Sharon, who's basically like
Sunken
one
place.
expression and just it like I want more of that intensity. That's what I want. So when I saw Lanning just go nuts when he beat Penn State, I was like, hell yeah. That's what we need.
Now, I definitely take Dan coked out Lanning over Sharon, freaky Sharon. So, yes, that's for sure.
Oh, snap. So apparently Rod Moore is returning. So this had been speculated on for a couple days now, that he would come back, but it does look like, again, I'm trying to compile some additional sources here, but it does look like Rod Moore is going to be back, which is huge because I think so Clayton Safey also announced, and it looks like Rod Moore has it on his Instagram. So Rod Moore is coming back. It's official. It's been announced on social. That's huge. His 2023 run will go down in Michigan legend. And now, if he comes back for a full season, we need him because this team is going to be another young team. It's going to be another team of freshmen, sophomores. We need somebody like a Rod Moore with a 6 year of eligibility to come in there and be that quarterback of the defense again. So that is major news. Thank you to those who pointed the attention. Johnny, what's your thoughts on Rod Moore coming back for another year?
I'm not sure if he'll ever be 100% and be able to play game after game. Hopefully he will, but it's nice to have him back because if he is healthy, he pops off the screen. Whether he's in coverage, whether he's coming up making big time tackles. Like, it's crazy that he was out for a year and a half, in almost 2 years basically, and he was our best safety. That was mind-boggling to me. That just shows Lamar Morgan wasn't doing what he had to do. There's no way Rod Moore should have came back after not playing for that long and obviously been our best safety. It wasn't even a question.
Yep.
So I'm glad to have him back regardless. Rod Moore is a Michigan legend.
For sure, and he'll help, like I said, leader, quarterback of the defense, help get everybody lined up, communicate the play, whatever Hill is going to call, he'll communicate that play, and it'll be a very veteran presence when we need veterans on this team badly. Like, it's to just help with the experience factor. So very exciting stuff. And then I'm really curious to get Colby's take on all of this. So Colby's been waiting very patiently. Let's bring him on. Colby, great to see you. Go Blue. Rod Moore's back.
Hell yeah. I don't know if you saw my reaction in the queue, but I was pumping fists. I was high-fiving myself. I was like, let's go. Hopefully he's healthy. We need that guy. I mean, our secondary might be lit next year. It might be the best in the country. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm just worried about the linebacker room and the D tackle, which I'm sure Whip will figure it out.
Yeah. I think we just got to be patient. They're going to get somebody else. They're going to get a couple more dudes. We just got to hope that they're difference makers.
I'm just glad that we have a coaching staff where it's like you said earlier, like there were a ton of games where I went to where I was like, what the hell are we doing? Like I was doing this with Michigan State fans, like at the Michigan State game. I was with a bunch of them in Spartan Stadium, and we were both like looking at each other like, what are we doing? Both of our teams. And
it's a bad feeling.
No, I know. And
especially right after a national championship, and you saw what good coaching looked like. And then Jim Harbaugh goes, and look, credit to him, and congrats to him on getting this amazing opportunity at the Chargers. But then Jim Harbaugh takes all the good coaches and leaves Sharon Moore and Ron Bellamy, and there you go. So yeah, that made it sting worse, because we had just seen in 2023 what good coaching looked like, what discipline looked like, what physicality looked like, and then Sharon Moore takes over. It goes off a cliff, especially this year.
Every game he coached in, I've been on coaching staffs. The head coach is usually like right on the chalk line, right in the referee's face. He wasn't doing any of that stuff. He was kind of in the back, and I'm looking at him and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, get up there, coach your kids up, show like you know what you're doing, be a man.
He doesn't know what he's doing. That was the big thing. He just didn't know what he was doing. He's so overwhelmed. When you don't know what you're doing, you're kind of in a no man's land. Yeah. Whether you're at a job or whatever, when you don't know what you're doing, you're not comfortable in your own skin.
No.
And that's kind of how he was, just kind of over there in the sunken place, because he's just overwhelmed. He was just overwhelmed. He didn't deserve the job, honestly.
No, he didn't. I mean, being a crier too, that didn't help him. I mean, it's okay to cry, but it's another thing when you're crying in front of your coaching staff, like that's embarrassing. I liked it in the Penn State post-game press conference, in that, not press conference, but the interview. Yeah. When he was like, this is for Harbaugh. I fucking love you, man. All that. I love that.
It was kind of wild, but it made sense.
I loved that because of what had just happened. He's told on the plane that he's going to be the head coach because of the temporary restraining order. They didn't continue to pursue it. But yeah, no, it's when it was revealed about the kind of the battles with Wink Martindale, and you guys are talking, behind my back about recruits, and it just clearly showed a lack of leadership ability and awareness.
Yeah, he was real insecure.
I mean, my last job did the same thing that Sharon did, having an inappropriate relationship with an employee, and all of us knew it.
Whoops.
Yep. I mean, the red flag to me was if Sharon was that good of a coach, and Harbaugh said he was a good coach. I know he said in his contract, he's a great coach, he should be the next guy. But do you really think Harbaugh would have brought him on to the Chargers if he was actually that good of a coach? I
probably.
Yeah.
I mean, Harbaugh is that kind of guy anyway. When he got fired, if he didn't do that dumb stuff afterwards, Harbaugh probably would have gave him a job.
Yeah, it's like an analyst or something like that. I mean,
yeah. I
mean, he's screwed for not for life, but he's not. He'll probably never get a job again.
It's gonna be hard,
level, at least.
Football is an interesting game because I didn't think Bobby Petrino was going to get a job again. I didn't think that Hugh Freeze or these people
win, though. That's the key
with hookers and with all these things going on. I don't know. I think Sharon will get a job. I don't think it. I think it'll. No. It's going to be assistant O-line or O-line coach at a MAC school, but it'll be. He'll lay low for a few years, and then he'll get an analyst job. Maybe Jim will hire him at the Chargers as an analyst or whatever. I mean, Kirk Campbell got hired as an analyst. I don't know.
Harbaugh takes care of his people.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if they're really creepy, kooky people.
He don't care. He kooky too.
No, he definitely is. I've seen it. I mean, he seems like one of those guys who's oblivious to things, where it's I'm so locked in on football, I don't care what my assistant coaches are doing, and if they're doing something illegal, I don't want to know.
Moore will be serving us fries.
Moose is diabolical. Diabolical.
Nah, he's gonna be a used car salesman. Or something.
I think he has enough money stockpiled for Michigan that he's going to be fine for a few years until he gets some type of analyst or assistant job.
I hope. I mean, for his sake, I hope so. But like, I just can't get over the fact that he was messaging OnlyFans chicks during the Ohio State game, the biggest game of the year, and it's like, as a fan, I was more locked in.
Mm-hmm. I hate that feeling. And that was obvious.
On that staff, one of the guys on staff went to high school with me, and he lost his job, and he didn't even do anything wrong. It's because of what some stupid idiot did that was way above him.
Damn. That's sad, bro. It's just sad that you got a job that you really didn't deserve. And I can, if you're just not that good of a coach, but you give it your all and you're dialed in to trying to get Michigan where we need to be or want to be, I can accept that. But I can't accept that you're not giving it 110%. You're not putting everything into getting these young men to the NFL and making them better young men. I can't accept that you're doing all this stuff on the side and you're just not focused on football. That's what bothers me.
That's where Brady Hoke is different. I mean, he wasn't a great coach either, but at least he tried. Like,
yeah, his
guys did get to the league. His guys weren't criminals. They weren't, and he wasn't doing anything stupid either, besides not wearing a headset.
I mean, he was locked in. He just wasn't that good of a coach. I can accept
that. Yeah, there we go.
Every time after a punt.
I mean, look at his face when he's clapping. He's focused. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least he's focused.
I can appreciate that. You just not that good.
No, he wasn't.
Devin Gardner, he wound up doing all right later.
Devin Gardner told my brother that they don't even like talk to each other anymore. Like, he said that he just wasn't his kind of coach.
Really?
Oh yeah, my brother ran into him about like maybe 6-10 years ago randomly, and I think he was interning for something. And Devin Gardner, he's like, "Hey, what did you think of Brady Hoke?" And he's like, "He just wasn't my kind of coach." And I'm like, "Do you guys still talk to each other?" And he's like, "No."
Yeah.
No.
And that's like
no.
and that's when Devin Gardner's being nice is when
he's
exactly.
Yeah,
he just wasn't my kind of coach. Like, that's for him, that's about as he's sugarcoating that about as good as he will.
Oh yeah.
He did get destroyed behind those offensive lines.
I know. Every time it was like, can you guys, it's like playing NCAA 14 and you blitz engage 8 and you get home every time, and it's like, can you guys please hold your block for like 2 seconds? Holy shit!
That Michigan State game. Whew. I wrote a 3-page essay after that game.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was that frustrated.
Was it an assignment, or did you just feel
like it was a personal? I self-assigned. I'm tired of this. Yeah, so
I try to forget that game so much. As a matter of fact, I mean, I was at that 2015 game, and I probably said so many terrible things that I probably shouldn't have said, and I'm not going to say in here, but yeah, that 2015 game was a rough one.
He's the type of coach that would be like, y'all are champions of life. Like, that's the type of coach, that's the type of vibe. And check out the blueprint if you haven't. I'm telling that to the audience. I know you guys watch, but like, just the recent episode where Devin and Jake Butt are talking about the what it was like under Brady Hoke. And then when Jim Harbaugh came in, and Jim Harbaugh looked at this thing and was like, no cleats in the building. Yeah. We're in the cleat wearing business here.
He would wear cleats to practice and on the
100%.
sideline.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing wrong with that. Hell, I did it when I was coaching because sometimes I would like run sprints with the players. I wanted to keep myself in shape. I didn't want to be fat.
Want to be the fat coach? You don't want to be the fat coach?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wanted to keep my body in shape.
Might as well.
I mean, look at Whittingham. He's been on this workouts thing 6 days a week since like 2008, and he looks like he's 50 instead of 66.
Yeah, he does. He does look like he's about 50 or 45 or something.
Yeah. He
still
keeps himself in excellent shape.
Another 10 years if he really wanted to. I think he's going to do
so.
good next year. I'm not sure how good, but I think he's going to do pretty good here.
I think so too. I think it was time for a change in coaching staff, philosophy. It was time. And like the Harbaugh years and the Harbaugh tree, okay, let's have a break from that. Let's try something else. And how about a Hall of Fame caliber head coach who's won a lot of football games?
Yeah. And it's not like the whole Brian Kelly thing where yeah, like he's authentic. Like he didn't come here with a Midwestern accent and say
my
like,
family.
Yeah, my family. Like Brian Kelly, get the hell out of here.
I'm trying to buy it.
Yeah. Kyle Whittingham isn't going to be doing the TikTok dances with recruits.
I don't think he even knows what TikTok is.
The weird, videos that Brian Kelly did.
I don't even think Whittingham knows what TikTok is, does he?
I don't know. I do know that the only women he follows on Instagram are his wife and daughters. That's pretty great after what we just went through. We'll take that.
So
he's got grandchildren too, doesn't he?
I'm sure he probably does, yeah.
I thought he did say that. I mean, yeah, so we have an adult in the room. We have someone who doesn't have any baggage. And this is a guy that coached under Urban, who has more baggage than anybody I've ever seen, even more than Sharon.
More than Sharon?
Yeah, he cheated on his wife too.
Oh, okay. You might be right.
I mean, we all saw that video.
Oh, the little bump and grind, the little
yeah, he was getting some R. Kelly action going.
Yeah, Urban's a scumbag, but he's a good coach. Winning cures all. But when you're not winning, a la Jacksonville, you get up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You're not worth the trouble.
That and kicking your kickers in the groin.
Yeah, you're not worth the trouble.
You don't want to do that.
No, this ain't college.
No,
you don't have the university to sweep it under the rug now.
Nope.
No, now you actually have to coach. You can't just hide behind 55-star players that you're paying under the table.
I mean, Pete Carroll made it work in the NFL until this year, but I mean, he made it work, the whole cheating thing. Like, he's about the only cheater that actually succeeded in the NFL.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's a good coach. I really did like those Legion of Boom defenses, man.
Yeah, I liked them too. I mean, Richard Sherman talked a big game, but at least he backed it up.
Yeah, I don't mind if you back it up.
No, I mean, look at Signetti. Signetti said Purdue sucks. So does Michigan and Ohio State. And at first I was like, all right, settle down. You're at Indiana, dude. But no, he's backing that up really well. And
somebody's saying that Pittsburgh is looking at him to be
he's got Steelers.
Yeah, the Steelers. He's got ties to Pittsburgh. I guess his dad used to coach in somewhere there, like in the city. I'm not sure on the Steelers, but in the city.
I don't think he would want to go take an NFL job, though. Not right now.
I mean, if he wins a natty,
maybe.
That'll be so sad for Indiana.
Steelers don't have a good thing going. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is like, what, 60?
No, I mean, you're going to have to build it. You're going to have to build it.
Mm-hmm.
At least
42 is pretty much 60 in football.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get a quarterback. But
for sure. I just don't know who
they tried. They got what's his face from Pitt.
Kenny Pickett.
They had Kenny Pickett, which seemed
Mr.
like the
Fake
perfect
slide.
that
They got Will Howard on the bench.
Didn't when I heard that Pickett was going to the Steelers, I was like, this is a perfect fit. He is used to Heinz Field. He is used to the city of Pittsburgh. He's used to that whole environment.
Oh, he's from Pittsburgh.
Sometimes that doesn't always work out, though. I mean, look at Dan Marino. The Steelers, they wanted to draft him, but they already had Terry Bradshaw, but it was like old Terry Bradshaw, and they probably should have drafted him, but I'm not sure if he would have been as good with the Steelers as he was with the Dolphins because he was from that city. Sometimes getting out of the city you're born in, that you've played in your whole entire life, shows that maybe you need to grow up a little bit. Like, not have family looking over your shoulder, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd just be sad for Indiana if he was to leave. That'd be like devastating.
Oh, I wouldn't be sad. I'd be pretty happy for.
No, I'm saying for them, not for us. I mean, I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, I'd laugh too. I mean, yeah, for Indiana, I mean, because they're probably not going to get a coach like that again.
Exactly. It looks like you got the best coach, maybe winning this natty, and then he leaves. Like, bro, that would be devastating for them, not for us.
I really do want Miami to win, though. If I'm being honest, nothing against Indiana. It's just, I mean, as much as I love Michigan, I grew up watching Miami when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old, like 2000 to 2002. They were the team. They probably should have won 3 national titles if you really think about it, with all that talent they had.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, they got screwed in the national title against Ohio State. They totally did. They
did. I can't remember who I rooted for in that game. I'm pretty sure it was Miami. I don't think I rooted for either team, honestly. I think I was just watching it.
Yeah. You want to know something crazy? Willis McGahee wasn't even supposed to be their starter that year.
Yeah,
Frank Gore tore his ACL that year.
Yeah, and then Mike Doss blew out McGahee's knee in the game in the championship.
Yeah, and then you know who his backup was? Walter Payton's kid.
Yeah, they were loaded. That's that's when you can stockpile talent still like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but not only were they like all those guys ended up being like really good in the pros, like multi-Pro Bowlers. Like that running back room in 2001 you could argue that's the best running back room that college football's ever seen. I mean, you had Clinton Portis, Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Najee Davenport, and then at tight end you had Shockey, Kellen Winslow. Didn't have Greg Olsen yet. And then at safety, you had Ed Reed and Sean Taylor. I mean, I could go down the board. Just how loaded that. You had Andre Johnson at receiver too.
Yep, they were loaded. It was unbelievable. And then they were in what, the
Big East.
The Big East.
Yeah, that was back when Virginia Tech was in that league too. When
So they weren't playing that tough of a schedule.
But they were just beating the crap out of everyone.
Yeah, they were just destroying everybody.
Their 2000 team actually might have been even better. I mean, that team, because the 01 team, they didn't have Santana Moss or Reggie Wayne. The 2000 team did. They just didn't win it. And they didn't. If there was a playoff back then, they would have killed Oklahoma. Like, if you watch the documentary, they were like, oh, it would have been a blowout. It wasn't close. Like, if you look at their roster compared to Oklahoma, it's like, they would have destroyed them.
Those Florida State Miami games were like, whoo,
yeah,
full of NFL talent, just full of NFL talent, freaks of nature.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Michigan's had teams that were good like that too, that were good, but not quite like that.
No, not with
maybe their 23 team could have beaten Miami. I mean, Ken Dorsey was.
That 23 team.
That 23 team, I can put them up against almost anybody and have a shot.
Because Miami didn't have. I mean, Ken Dorsey was good, but he wasn't a Joe Burrow. He wasn't Tom Brady. Like, he was a game manager, and again, he had a crap ton of talent around him.
No.
Like
Yeah,
our quarterback was way better than theirs was. Jim Harbaugh definitely a better coach than Larry Coker. That would have been an insane game to see.
No, I mean, they lost to that Ohio State team, which was built similar to a Michigan team. That 23 team was built similar.
Which Ohio State team?
You talking about the Miami team that lost to Ohio State?
I'm talking about the Miami team that won it in 01 compared to our 23 team.
Yeah, I mean, they similar. I'm taking Michigan. I mean, it's hard for me to pick. I can't remember who I was on there.
Who all was on Miami's or
Miami's? I know who's on Michigan.
I know they had Vince Wilfork at D tackle also, and they had a really good offensive line. I mean, you had Bryant McKinney, who was one of the best blockers ever. You had Brett Romberg at center, who was really good. You had Antrell Roll at corner. You had Ed Reed. Sean Taylor was his backup.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, Ed Reed.
You had, like I said before, Jeremy Shockey and Kellen Winslow, and the running back room was Jonathan Vilma was on that team too.
Jesus.
They also had like this guy named Jerome. Like a couple of those guys weren't even like that good in the NFL, but they got drafted. Like Philip Buchanan, Mike Rumpf.
Philip Buchanan.
Who
He was
else?
real good.
Jerome McDougal.
They were loaded.
Yeah, they were.
It'll be tough to beat them.
Yeah,
it'll definitely be tough to beat them. What are they saying about the championship? Who y'all got in the champ? Oh, you said Miami, right?
No, I want Miami to win. I just don't think they will.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, I think Indiana's going to kill them, actually.
You think they're going to kill them? That's what John was kind of saying, too.
I just think they're a lot better coached, and
they're the most well-coached team.
Really good trenches. If Miami wins, Michael Irvin's going to go nuts. I'll tell you that much.
And it's being well coached with older guys that aren't highly rated going against freak of nature guys.
Yeah. This isn't the first time either that Miami's had a national title in their home stadium. When Jimmy Johnson was coaching, I saw that documentary. He was like, God, what the hell did he say? Jimmy Johnson and the Canes were going up against Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl in the national title. And he's like, I really don't think the home field advantage is going to have any sort of factor. And the announcer was like, oh, wait a second. And they're all just laughing, and they beat Oklahoma in the national title in '87.
I will say this. If you wanna control a game and make an offense take a step back, you do it with that defensive line. So that's one thing that is in Miami's favors. They have a defensive line that's freaky that can probably get after Mendoza and slow down that run game to give them a chance, to give Carson Beck and Malachi Toney and Fletcher a chance. You know,
they're both really good in the trenches, though. I mean, both their offensive lines are outstanding, honestly.
This is a hell of a matchup we got.
It is.
Like, it really is. And people talked about Carson Beck. He's been playing really good. He's been playing really good. You got to give it to him.
Yeah.
He is. It's been cool, though. I'm talking for Miami, seeing like all those legends at the games too, like seeing Ray Lewis and Edgerrin James and
Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin, yeah.
Irvin
Talk
is
about
having a blast.
Irvin.
Yeah, he is.
People forget Ray Lewis went to Miami because he wasn't a national title winner, and he was an All-American, but he's for some reason not in the College Hall of Fame. I don't understand that at all.
That's wild. Yeah. Yeah, it's dope seeing all those dudes back. I wish we got more of that from the past players where you actually see them, because sometimes they're probably at the game. They might flash to them once in a while, but like really see them. Like we see Woodson on the Fox Noon kickoff. Yeah. We see Woodson, but some of the other players, like, bro, come back and support the team. Like, God,
I know. Like I remember Chris Perry.
Yeah.
I've never seen him come back to Michigan, and I've never seen him back at like any Michigan game. And the guy won the Doak Walker, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, he was 50-some carries against Michigan State.
Yeah, they almost committed murder on him that day.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I know. I mean, it was a different game back then. Oh shit!
Yeah, we're gonna hand it rock to you every time.
I didn't take this much time for Michigan, man. So my bad on that.
It's all right. Colby, Michigan man already called in, so it's all good. You want to give a final thought though?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll end it here. I'm just excited for the football season and still really excited for the basketball season. Even though we took an L on Saturday, we bounced back with a win. I still think this team is a national title contender. Who knows? Maybe we'll get it in hockey too.
I need this natty in basketball bad. I need it bad. I'm like Cocaine Dan. I need this natty.
Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you, Colby, and see you next time. Go Blue, okay?
Yep.
Go Blue.
Hey, could you hear me with this mic really well? Or?
Yeah. It was fine.
Yeah, because I tried speaking last time. I kind of felt like I was speaking with a lisp.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, we can hear you better.
All right. Thanks. That's
all right. Go Blue.
Go Blue.
Go Blue.
All right, we got one more super chat here. Wrap things up, Johnny. Sharonley fans is commenting here with the 5. Sharonley fans, I love that. Tell TJ to put more focus on his night job. I will not do that, actually. But thank you for the 5. TJ working hard tonight. A lot of snow going on, and not the Dan Lanning kind, but he's busy. He's doing stuff, so he will be back with us on Tuesday night for Michigan Wolverines Live. Also presented by FanDuel. So, Johnny, thanks for hanging for this long. But I mean, the contributors tonight, we had to do it because those guys they really came through tonight, and especially D. Paul, Quinn, Daniel, Texas Wolverine, y'all just crushed it tonight. Thank you so much for just being here and for being a part of this, because it's one of the reasons we have this FanDuel thing. This FanDuel thing is because of you guys, partly because of you guys and this channel. That's why these things are happening. So keep it up and tell people about these shows. Keep spreading the word in the Michigan communities about Michigan at the voice of college football, because that's what's been happening. That's why we're growing. It's because people are telling other people, and it's great. So, Johnny, any final thoughts for us before we wrap up?
Just need to get another coach. Just need to get a couple more portal additions, and we should be straight and locked and loaded. And I'm just glad to have a real coach on the staff.
Yeah. It's great to have real, actual, experienced coaching once again. And just literally during our show, multiple players saying they're back. Most recently, Rod Moore. But Dominic Nichols, Shamari Earls, literally during the show. Trey Pierce happened right before the show. Eno Etta is also basically a lock and has signed his term sheet. So players are coming back. We have another day of the portal tomorrow, and then obviously it does continue. It doesn't end, because anybody's still in there, like we talked about. Conversations can still happen, and then the Miami and Indiana players can go in until the 24th. So that's all great, and we will see. We'll keep monitoring it, but everyone check out Johnny's YouTube channel. I'm gonna recommend everybody does that, and it's because there's different content. It's not every day isn't the same content. Every show's different, different formats and guests and everything else, and that's why I think it's worth a sub and worth a hit the bell, and that way you'll know when Johnny goes live. And Obviously, you can catch me every Tuesday night for Michigan Wolverines Live, 8 p.m. Eastern, and occasionally other shows, like maybe tomorrow night for a little bit. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I'm feeling, what I'm up to when Moa commits, and then we'll go from there. But anyways, appreciate everybody being here. Check us out on X at Johnny Olden Jr., at John Diadamo. Until next time, go blue. We'll see you soon.
Go blue.